Hello and welcome. I am DM Leech, also known as the Last Hit Point Hero, and you have found your way to my friends and I's favorite little corner of the internet, ours. We hope that you enjoy your stay. We're very happy you're here. Over the course of the next several months, we will be playing the Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition Adventure Module Curse of Strahd, with some significant and much-needed rewrites. What light can these heroes offer the dark world of Barovia? Will their efforts illume the night, or shall they succumb to its cold touch? We shall see. First and foremost, no attempt at making this adventure child-appropriate will occur. While multiple adjustments intended to correct problematic elements have been made, this is still a dark and stormy gothic horror story. It touches on dark themes, contains descriptions of violence, light gore, adult language, adult content, allusions to abuse, suicide, homicide, child endangerment, and generally speaking, lots and lots of darkness. But that's why the players are here, to bring the light. Everyone playing knows what to say or do if something goes too far. You, however, do not have that luxury, so if you have any particular sensitivities among the list that I just listed, keep your finger close to the eject button just in case. But, barring that contingency, keep your head, hands, paws, and claws inside the stream at all times. Slap the follow heart so you don't miss any of the dicey goodness. Find the back episodes on Last HP Hero on YouTube. Follow us all on Twitter using our socials below our lovely faces. And above all else, be good. That's the rule. Just be good. Number next, real big thank you to Ovesong. Ovesong has allowed us to use their musical library for background music. All they ask is that you check out their Bandcamp. The link is below the live stream, so do take a look at the thank you links. There's all sorts of helpful people that kind of add to the fun. So take a look at them. Thirdeth, you may not know these amazing players and their characters, so there's only one thing for us to do. We need to change that. Everyone will take a moment to say hello, introduce themselves and their character, plug other shows or projects they're participating in, games they play, greatest middle school achievement, kindergarten crush, etc., etc., etc. But that shall be our plan. So, we are, you might notice before I pass it off to anyone, in a little bit of a different order this evening. Now that is because we have a brand new overlay, and we are going to try and stay in our Taroka card frames. And if we don't, just yell into the chat, and hopefully we'll see that we have all gone off screen. But with our new and improved order, she won't be expecting this because she's usually last in the order. So I'll have to do a little bit of a filler so that she can prepare herself. Because in the top left of your screen, back from her worldwide tour to ensure her unrivaled status as the one and only, it's NiferNif.
It's true. I fought and I won, and I'm here to bring victory. Yep, it's me. I'm NiferNif. I am playing Bright, the Artificer, and I'm really excited because we're all level 3 now, so I get really cool stuff. Not as cool as all the things I did in middle school. I actually can't remember what I did in middle school, but I'm pretty sure I had some pretty good achievements and stuff. And I didn't have a crush in kindergarten, so like lame, I guess. But I am in a couple of other things. I'm in a 5e actual play podcast called Not Quite Heroes, and we are on Twitter under NQH Podcast, and we have lots of cool stuff. I just got my first piece of character fan art of my character, and it's super cool, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm also in a Star Wars RPG game called Tabletop Galaxy. We're pretty cool. We play on the other Wednesdays besides these. I just do thumbs up when I'm nervous, guys. Please, you should not have let me go first.
No, that's fine. So, one crit came in just as you mentioned Tabletop Galaxy, so that was excellent timing. TPK, how you guys doing over there? You folks are fantastic. But we shall continue our introductions with the top middle of your screen. A man, enamored by a hello said so husky it could pull a dog sled through a sandstorm. It's Noir Enigma.
There you go, I'm unmuted. Hey everybody, I'm Noir Enigma. You can find me on all the socials as Noir Enigma. As for shows, I have a few of them. We've got Perilous Sun and Entanglement on Thursdays, as well as The Lost Tales of Uzoya.
Oh yeah, I'm in that too. I forgot.
So Perilous Sun is going to be on Chromatic Chimera. Entanglement is going to be on Unmade Gaming, and Lost Tales of Uzoya is on Village channel. On Sundays, you can find me over on Chromatic Chimera in Clockwork Vines, where we are playing a Call of Cthulhu game where we are hunting a mysterious electric chipmunk. On Encounter, Dr. RPG is off for the season, but he will be making his return, and we've got some really weird plans for the next season, so I definitely recommend watching. And finally, I am writing a setting for Urban Shadows called Tales of the Second City. If you check out my Twitter, you can see the first character I've released for the setting, Thud Pan, the kid who took over for Peter Pan after Robin Williams Peter left. So give that a look.
That was awesome. I saw that character art. It's fantastic.
Like that's just the early concepts. Like this, Adria's the artist that's doing everything. She's wonderful. Definitely check her out as well.
It's the poses, because I can tell without knowing anything about Thud, you have put a lot of character into Thud, and I am excited to see what Thud has in store. And, Thud's still Thud, but Thud as adult.
Oh
Thud,
yeah. I mean, he grew into some of that weight, as you do, as a fellow big boy. I can tell you.
I'm all about it.
Who'd you have a crush on in kindergarten?
In kindergarten, I still remember her name. Actually, her name was Stacy, and she was one of she had a twin that was also in my kindergarten class, and I could always tell the difference between them. And
Aww.
I don't know how, but like Stacy was adorable. So wherever she is, I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry I pulled your pigtails. All right.
Awesome. Well, let us continue around the bend, and we have our wonderful top right column. Her name is the sound of coyote howls at midnight, joined by crickets and the roll of thunder, but most folk just call her Corndogg McGraw.
That makes me sound like so much more intense than I actually feel. Really excited about that, Noir, just so you know. I was also geeking out about it as someone who loves Hook. But first and foremost, I am Ficus Fig. I'm playing the halfling rogue of the party. I'm excited because we're level 3 and it's about to get weird. I don't have any fun games that I'm working on to plug in this capacity, but I am excited to be playing in some more RPGs with friends coming up here. For some friends that I've missed for a very long time. And my kindergarten crush was a youngster named Zach. And it wasn't like he was my kindergarten crush. It was like I told him he was my boyfriend, and that's what he had to deal with. I've always been very Taurus sun and moon sign. And so I was just like, yep, you're my boyfriend now. And that's how kindergarten went.
I feel like this all lines up with our characters very well.
Yeah. It's almost like we play a little variation of ourselves.
Yeah, I think so.
TTRPGs, they reveal a part of ourselves that sometimes we don't even know. It's very true. But we shall continue for now. Rolling around to the bottom right of our new double stack, we have, we have a person that, some people like to roll with the punches. He likes to roll with the dice. It's 1 in 20, D&D.
This is true. I'm wearing all the dice tonight. I don't know my shirt, if you see. So choose your
We're like
weapon
all wearing
wisely.
black shirts. Good job,
That's-
everyone.
Yeah, I'm 1 in 20 D&D. My name is Gregory, and I have a lot of fun things that are happening. Actually, it's almost ridiculous how excited I am. On top of this amazing game, I'm about to start 2 more incredible games with the Dice Tyrants crew. So one is on Saturday nights. That's going to be Zweihander, and wow, is that going to be amazing. And the other, we're doing our session 0 tomorrow for the Clockwork Zephyr. And yo, the trailer just dropped right before we started this session tonight, and it's amazing. I'm like freaking out how awesome it is. And then on top of that, we have Dane, our amazing GM, creating even more amazing overlays for us in this game. So today has been one of those like I'm struggling to contain my excitement today, and it's a good thing. As far as kindergarten crushes, I can't say that I recall having a crush in kindergarten. However, I did get kissed not once but twice in kindergarten by the same girl. Once like in the corner of the room by the cubbies, and another time under the table when I had like dropped a pencil or something and she snuck a second kiss. So I don't know what that was about, but
Oof.
yeah. That was my kindergarten crush, I guess. I don't remember
Is
her
that
name,
is that in
unfortunately.
character? Like I
I
don't know. I think that lines up with your character.
I mean, do Tabaxi blush? I don't know. And I am in fact a cat.
Yeah. There's still time to figure out if Tabaxi blush or not, so we shall have to wait and see. And last but not least, scanning the situation from the bottom center stack, his mission priority is the protection of decency, is Robotic Gentleman.
Hey, you guys. I'm Robotic, as he said. I don't have any other games to push because between this one, I'm surprised my wife let me out to play for this at all. Aside from that, between being a dad and working, I just spend my time playing Yakuza and waiting for Ghost of Tsushima on PlayStation. I would say if I had a crush in school, it would be this one girl who was in the smart class. But when I finally talked to her, I found out all she was book smart, but nothing else worth talking about there. So,
You had a smart class in kindergarten?
man, yes, they did advanced
Wow.
classes all the time. You gifted
Wild.
kids. They learned to write their name early. That's all it was.
Girl.
Hey, Well, that is us. We're so glad you're here, and as always, we have our wonderful summary of where we are so far, now that we are at session 4, presented by the one and only. Nifer, go ahead.
What's up? Once upon a time, the journey through Death House in Barovia continues. The party examined more of the dusty, ghostly rooms, revealing more of the house's previous owners and all of their drama. Margaret, the nursemaid, was discovered to have been stabbed 23 times with a magical dagger. The children that brought the group here in the first place found their bodies in their bedroom, and another body was located in a secret room off of the library. More importantly, a very alive and very cute puppy was found and immediately adopted, to the chagrin of Solaire and Leaf. It was deduced that Mrs. Dursts had been a follower of Strahd and had been luring people to the secret crypt in the basement. Uther led the party further into the basement, and they discovered a cult chanting an abyssal "Innocence offered, eternity gained." The party disagreed, and combat against a fleshy amalgamation started. Ficus was struck down, and Uther pulled her out, only to be pulled in himself. He found a baby inside, so it's mostly a win.
That is exactly where we're at. Wonderful job, as always. And we shall just go ahead and pick up right where we left off, which is in the basement of the Durst house, as it is sometimes known. And the Death
Or the
House.
Death
otherwise.
House.
And roll 20 froze on me. Ha ha!
Oh,
It's all right. Quick fix.
that'll get you.
Yeah, it does sometimes, but that's
Glad that we're starting off strong with roll 20.
You know, it's good to start off strong. It's good to start off strong.
We're
we-
trying.
We have to love the roll 20. Roll 20 responds best to positive reinforcement.
It sure
This is
does.
true.
Mm-hmm.
It knows what you're thinking.
That's why the headset is so close to your head.
Are you flipping? Okay, yeah, I'm using roll 20 dice. I rolled my 2 d20s to see which one was gonna do better.
Uh-huh.
they both rolled ones, so I'm like, yeah, not physical.
Oh,
I rolled again, 6, 7. Yeah, we're using digital dice.
Use
Fuck
no.
that.
The physical click clacks have betrayed you.
But the math rocks.
No.
So
So you guys, we'll let roll 20 load because it is trying over here on my screen. You
Yeah.
guys basically stopped with Uther saying, "Oh no, I have to make another sling."
So I am making another sling. So there's the second sleeve.
yes.
And now I've got a baby and a puppy strapped to my back. Let's go.
Should we not be in this room, though? Perhaps we get out back into the hallway.
I actually would like to investigate the room to see if there's anything that we missed in here.
Absolutely. So you have the raised platform that goes around the edge. It's about 5 feet off of the ground, which is flooded with 3 foot of water. There is a large altar in the middle of the room, and manacles above the altar, and just a couple bloodstains on the altar itself.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb up there to see if there's anything that we missed. I'll just look to Bright and go, hold the baby.
Yep.
Then I'll start to climb.
All right, it's just
Good deal.
Well,
simple steps, so you make it up to this
Okay.
platform, and you're on this hexagonal platform with an altar covered in dried blood. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Awesome.
while Uther is looking at the altar, Leaf makes his way around the perimeter and down the stairs to try to see where that thing came from. Because it looks like there was a hole or alcove or something in the wall.
Yeah, as you circle around, in the southern wall, there is a part of the wall's kind of broken out, and there's a pile of refuse, bits and pieces of long, rotten sacrifices of some kind or another. It's kind of just a pile of nasty.
Leaf is going to take his boot and, like, flip things around and just look through it to see if there's anything shiny or noticeable in the pile.
All right, you go ahead and investigate 2, and Uther, you got a 15 on your investigation.
That I did.
You look around, you get a closer look at this altar that's in the middle of the entire room. It is covered in demonic images. Their faces screaming, there's horned monstrosities. All of them are carved into this very carefully. And the top itself is flat and has old blood stains on it. Besides that, there's 2 open manacles above. Nothing else of interest at all. No hidden compartments, no leftovers on the altar. That's it. Leaf, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, can I take those manacles?
So the manacles are suspended from the ceiling, and the ceiling is 40
Okay.
feet up. So you have, I mean, there would be like 80 feet of chain there if you had any way to get them down from the ceiling.
Yeah. The last thing that I'd like, I have charcoal, so I just make an etching of what's on the desk, like
Okay.
and then I'll just bring it down and give it to I'll trade Bright. I'll give her the etching, and I'll take my baby back.
Oh, cool.
So, Bright, you have a rubbing of the runes that were on top of the altar itself. Leaf, you dig around a little bit with your boot. Every time you touch this pile, the smell just wafts right into your face. You dig around as much as you can. You get a real good look. Kind of use your bow to lever a few out. Don't find anything in there at all.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How about under the water? Can we see the bottom with the little bit of light that's in here, torches or whatever?
The water's very murky and dirty right now because there are parts of a flesh mound floating in it. So it's a little too polluted to see the bottom itself.
And then all of the whatever they were, faces or spirits or whatever around the top, they've disappeared, right?
The dark figures.
Or did they just go quiet?
They yelled blasphemy and disappeared.
Disappeared. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, there's nothing over here, and there's certainly other business to attend to down here. And Leaf is very carefully going to walk back around the perimeter and stay as much out of the water as possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Bright will probably also step out of the water and then pull out like all the notes and all of the journals that we've collected from Death House and like start like recompiling things and trying to make more order and sense out of it.
Okay. Start organizing your notes. Ficus, Soul, what's your plan?
Still trying to get past like being knocked unconscious, because that was a pretty rough experience. And being gobbled up by a flesh golem creature, flesh mob.
How injured are you still?
She has 11 hit points.
All right, so is going to go over and lay on his hands. So I'm gonna pray for you.
Aw.
Of course, it's not that easy.
Up to 3 hit points. Or wait,
I know.
5 or not very.
It's 5
many.
times. It's 15.
At second
15.
level,
5
it's
times
10.
the level.
That's it. 5 times.
Well, let's use. I prefer a spell. Why is it not going?
Oh, that's all right. You can just pick.
That's why. I forgot. It has to be the caster level. There we go.
Oh, you're straight up curing wounds.
Yeah, I just used that instead, so I couldn't get lay on hands to work right.
Cure them wounds.
4 extra hit points go to Ficus as Soul takes a moment to pray as warm light emits from his hands. And Ficus, you feel a little bit better. There doesn't seem to be anything else in the ritual chamber itself. And roll 20 is working again, so I think...
Hooray!
And I'm just going to start marching on with my boy and my with my boys, my sons, my boys. I need to get my children out of
Actually
here.
going to look to Solaire.
Okay.
Ficus is going to look to Solaire. Didn't you say there was more like dead people down here? Is that going to
There
be something
certainly
that we have
are.
to care about?
Yeah, we got quite a few on the way up. So we need to be ready. Are you still hurt?
I'll be fine.
I suggest I will take the lead.
Good.
Are you sure?
I say unless you want to go first.
Well, I'm probably a little quieter than you are. That's all.
Speaking of quiet, how are my children doing?
So, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Party even being with a baby and a dog.
Yeah, so you've got a baby and a dog, and yes, the baby is not amused and just Yeah, the baby starts crying.
I just grabbed the baby. It's okay, little one. You will be fine. Hey, I mean, stop that. Stop this. We just have more undead to murder, kill, bring. Uh, rock up, sleep, child, sleep.
Andrew
Give-
handle animal.
Give me a charisma animal handling check. no,
Oh,
a charisma check.
Persuasion, maybe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can go with persuasion.
Yeah!
Oh, your baby loves you.
So
Baby is.
the baby in your arms that start crying looks like
Yes, child.
puts its
Sleep,
thumb
child.
back in its mouth and starts to doze off.
Now that my skin boy is fine, how's my fur boy?
Please never refer to your baby as your skin boy ever again.
I don't know. I'm not. This is new to me.
Now we're on a list. Great. So the dog's fine. It is getting used to its new home in the sling. It is becoming
Okay.
a purse puppy. So you're working well on little Lancelot, the Barovian beagle.
Fucking kid.
We have a lot of food that we can bribe him with.
All right, so I put my baby back in his sling,
Yep.
and I walk extra bouncy.
Okay. So Uther's got a baby bounce to his step.
Good.
You guys heading back upstairs? There's
So there's a
Yeah, let's
statue
cautiously
over
make our
in
way
the
back.
corner of Strahd, right?
yes, there was a statue one level up.
Oh, great. We're in a sub basement. I forgot.
There are more of those creatures down here. I think we should deal with them first.
I agree.
So the corridor
Fall
is
to the ground.
crowded. Otherwise, Leaf would be heading out.
Oh, yep, no problem. I will move you guys up to the next floor.
Oh no,
Oh, the
Leaf
cor-
doesn't want to go up.
The corridor.
Just
He was
to,
just
like,
saying
the
that there was
first
like a lot
level?
of people in the way.
Oh, I see what you mean.
We're going to the first level of basement rather than this bottom level?
So the first level is where the undead were that Soul found.
Mm-hmm.
There's more down there, and Leaf heard or saw them too, I think. So,
Yep, I will start.
Soul, if you want to stay up front, I will be right behind you.
Now I'm just tossing you the next floor up. You guys can resort yourselves however you see fit.
So it was here. Crap, I should totally what it was like around.
And just to remind you, so no one walks that way, there is an open pit down the hallway where Uther fell in. Right
Save-
there.
Save my son though.
So you did. You avoided landing on a dog at the bottom of the pit, so it was well done.
Well, I guess we're not going that way. So
I mean, you could just walk over the pit.
Just jump. You can do it.
You can just jump.
no, let's head toward the Strahd statue. I remember finding.
Yeah.
So that was down here. Soul, as you come around, so Soul, it's dark where you're at. You can't see anything because the light's not coming with you. I think that Bright
Also,
has her
Gina
light.
says hi, everyone.
Hi,
Yeah,
Gina.
Yes, I saw that photo bomb. I was. That was awesome. Where did Solaire go? I'm following
He
him.
wandered off
Oh.
by himself into the darkness.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works too.
Yeah,
I
which direction?
will have a hand with produce flame out so that we have a little bit of a light.
Yes, I've got your flame burning, and I think Uther left a torch in this hallway too. So
Which way did he go?
he went.
Because
well,
Leaf was gonna stay right behind him.
I'm not going to tell you. He can tell you.
Oh, I went south.
So to the right and then south. I see. Okay.
The hallway, it's just packed dirt. It's held up by wooden rafters. There's footprints in the dirt where people have passed through here before. Soul, you can see just well enough to get the sense that you're next to a room.
Is there a door here?
There's no door. And Leaf, you can see past him to see that there is a room in there.
I
Where did everyone
call.
go?
Yeah,
Running
we're
after you
lost.
guys.
Help.
Ficus is literally just like, oh god.
I call out the Nif to ask her to have one of her glowing rocks.
Oh, right, I can do that.
Who's Nif?
Is there like yeah, that's a great idea, and I will definitely do that. Are there pieces of rubble, or do I just need to like find some things in my bag to cast light on?
Whatever you'd like's fine.
Are there pieces of rubble or
Yeah,
rocks
there's pieces
down
of
there?
rubble. There's rocks. There's
I will pick up a couple of them, and I can actually give everybody a glowing rock if we want.
Heck yeah. To be able to see as someone who does not have any form of dark vision.
Yep, you guys can each have a glowing rock, and it sheds bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light in an additional 5.
all right.
Is the rock,
everybody
is the
gets a
rock
nightlight.
dirty?
No?
Okay. I hand it to my boy.
Your boy is asleep.
The baby's asleep at the moment.
Oh, that's right.
So
Well, I'm gonna
Hey,
hold mine out.
You want to
and
keep him
just
that way.
Step forward.
I'm sure while I'm raging in the midst of undead, he'll be just a Tucker-tired little angel.
I really hope you don't rage with a baby in your hands. I'm so concerned as somebody who actually works with babies. So concerned.
as you walk into this room, you see a chandelier suspended above a table in the middle of the room. There is an ornate box that's sitting on the top of the table. There's two high-backed chairs flanking it, an empty clay jug, some clay flagons, iron candlesticks in two corners, the candles long gone, and a curtain hanging between this and the adjacent room.
Does the design look familiar at all?
On the box? No, it's just
Yeah.
pretty.
Oh, okay.
Is it salvageable for tinkering supplies? I could make something out of that.
It's an ornate box. There's probably something in it.
Yep, I want to look at it.
All right. Head into the table, and there's this ornate box sitting on the table.
Where did I put? Oh, there it is. Cool.
Runs right past me.
Yep.
So Bright walks up to the box. It's very pretty, and you lift the lid.
Are there
And-
like symbols on it, like on the outside?
Just decorations. You take a closer look, and you see you see a feather, a spider web, and a tooth shape.
Oh.
And when
Like
you
a real
lift-
tooth?
When you lift it, oh no, that's just decoration on the outside. And as you lift it, two figures pop up. It is a wolf that looks to be running. It's kind of bouncing. And there is a raven in front of it that's on a piece of metal that's just kind of bouncing along with it. And they're on a spider web, and they're slowly bouncing and turning as music begins to play.
I am going to shut the lid and put it in my bag because I'm maybe making plans to make it smaller and portable and use it on the boy.
As you close the lid, it closes with a click, and you hear from deeper in the adjacent room through the curtain a voice, and it sounds like someone coming toward the curtain.
Oh no.
And you hear,
Is that you, Gus? I swear on the Huntress's hairy snatch, if you left your closet and crawled down here for any reason other than to beg my forgiveness, I'm gonna tear you to pieces like I did your precious Margaret. Margaret! You fucked over my ritual for a piece of ass who only wanted you for your money. She got her
I'm
anchor,
already
baby.
backing out
Did
the
you
room.
get what
There
you
is
wanted?
a baby.
What you needed? What only she can do for you?
Backing out of the room.
Was that
Okay.
you in my ritual chamber? Did you go down to visit your slimy bastard?
And the curtain is torn down. And standing before you is a bent, grotesque figure. Her lanky, wet hair hangs in knots past pus-yellow eyes. Her lips have been chewed away, revealing broken teeth set into bleeding gums. Her fingers, curled into claws where nails and then flesh have been chewed to the bone.
You're not my Gus. Why are you in my house? Were you in my ritual chamber?
And then she waits, pointing in your direction.
Well, it looks like we found the last member of the family.
Elizabeth?
What's it to you? What do you mean, last member of the family?
We found your husband, we found your kids, and we even found Margaret. You want to explain what you did to them?
Don't speak that bitch's name again or I'll claw your eyes out. What do you mean, you found my husband? Did you let him out of his closet?
Yeah, we did.
And what did you do with him?
Was he the one we chucked down the stairs?
Yeah.
We should not
Was
tell
that
him
out
that.
of character? In
That was
there?
definitely out
Because
of
if that was
character.
You said that out
that was
loud.
awesome.
That was
said that
out
out
of
loud.
character.
No, it
Not
was
in the
not.
context of the game.
No, it was not.
For
That was
Niffer,
out loud.
was that the one?
That was out loud.
Okay,
That was the
cool.
one.
Okay, let's not tell her that.
Oh, I think that would be awesome. You hear the creaking of Leaf's bowstring, like as he tenses.
We heard that voice behind the curtain, like 2 daggers came out in Ficus's hands as well, that she's just got down by her sides right now.
Yeah, I'm just like backing up with the music box.
You all look nervous.
About that time, little baby Walter starts to cry again.
Hey,
Yeah,
relax,
shit.
little baby.
What is
Little baby.
that?
It's my boy.
Who said that?
One second. Bright, if you could.
Uh-huh.
Yes. He just hands the baby and then Lancelot on over. Then he grabs his axe and he goes, I said that.
Yeah, and we'll say that Leaf presses into the room to get out of
Do
the
you
way.
and Bright want to swap places? Uther and Bright?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like, just do a baby swap and, like, one goes down.
She looks as you turn the corner.
Did you let it
You-
out?
Yes,
We are
okay.
here to cleanse this unholy place. You have befouled your family, you have befouled the land, and you're going to pay for it.
And you do not call the child an it.
What is the child's name?
Get out of my house. This is your last warning.
Leaf is gonna shoot her. He just doesn't want to hear it.
Let's go
Right
ahead
on.
and roll initiative then.
Sure.
Bring it up.
Oh, okay.
Oh dang, that's only a 10. What a
Yeet.
terrible roll.
You don't talk about my
Nice.
son! What the fuck? Is Uther actually a good dad? Like, what is going on?
It's possible.
Guy for medicine, parenting,
You're just built for daddy. Yep,
non-barbarian like.
yep. You've done it.
So when you draw your bow, she calls out,
Mr. Petrovna, we have company.
Also, mine should technically be a 14. I'm not sure why the second one got rolled
"No
for initiative.
problem."
Yeah, he didn't really draw his bow so much as like he had the bow cocked and ready, and it's like
Patronus from
he's
the
he's just gonna let it go.
everybody's expecting to get in a fight, so
Yeah,
You're-
that's for sure.
All I know is that she woke my son up. And I just got him to sleep.
Well, Uther, what are you gonna do about that?
I would like to rage. But something very different happens this time when he rages, though. He looks back at Bright holding his kid, and he's just like, he grips the great sword, slams it down, grips the great axe, and you can see just shadows emerge from him that look like other Goliaths. And as he rushes in, they charge in with him, and one of them is just standing in front of Bright and the baby.
Awesome.
I feel so safe.
Give yourself an inspiration for that brand new subclass reveal.
Hell yeah. And now he's about to fucking snap because he just got his son to sleep. Oh my god, he's a good dad! He's a
That's
good
the way
dad.
to do it.
So that's 22 damage.
Jeez. Uther hurdles the table, comes down with an axe, hacks across this nasty creature. Blood just spurts everywhere. This foul smelling blood. Like,
The
You don't-
shit.
You don't talk to me or my son again. And now if she attacks anyone other than Uther, she attacks at disadvantage.
okay. Sounds good. Let me give myself a little dot of a reminder. It just says there's something there. I need to ask who did something. All right. Bright, you are up.
Hi. I'm
You
gonna
have a
take.
crying baby.
yeah. I'm gonna take free action to swoon 1 second, both in and
That was
out of
pretty hot.
character. And then
Big daddy energy.
Is it like really distressed crying, or just like I just woke up crying?
Woke up unhappy crying.
Then I'm gonna, you know what? After that display, they got it. So I'm gonna take one of the skirt, like I have like layers on my skirt and stuff, so I'm gonna take like one of the scarves that's like the outer layer off of my skirt, and I'm just gonna start swaddling the baby because that's comforting, and I'm gonna just comfort the baby and try and get him to be quiet.
Okay. Persuasion check sound good?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, wait. Let me check my character sheet before I say that's good. Yes, that's good.
Roll for baby handling.
Roll for baby handling.
13.
So he calms down a little bit.
I'm really warm and comforting.
You are, but he's also a crying baby that just got woken
I know.
up.
I know.
so
And Uther's
Probably
loud.
hungry.
Definitely hungry.
I'll work on it. I'm sorry, little one. But
And
hey, you know that means you're alive and you have a soul, and it's a good thing. Okay. I'm just like trying to comfort the baby.
sounds good. Anything else?
Okay. No.
Okay. Ficus.
From where she is currently at, it's just gonna go for a double stabby
Uh-huh.
with her daggers. But one of the daggers that she pulled out is definitely that new shiny one that she has that no one's identified
Yes.
or
Oh.
done anything with.
Right.
So, it could be cursed, it could be possessed, but we're going to wield it, and we're going to hope for the best. Because the best way to find out of what something does is to just turn it on,
Turn
right?
it on. Yeah,
Yes.
that's
That's how it works.
uh-huh.
That's how D&D works.
Hold
Okay.
on to
All right,
the
we're
hand and
turning-
turn it on.
Just please
Turning the
point it not
flashlight
at
on. So, the first stabby will be with the fancy knife. She's
Fancy
very
knife
excited
stabby.
about it. I'm just going to use my normal. Did that
Yep,
work?
that's fine. And I forgot, this is important for Ficus and Uther, make Constitution saving throws.
Great.
sad?
Because she stinks.
Yes, she stinks. I
Yes.
forgot that
Yeah,
she stinks.
great. Hold, please.
Uh-oh.
Computer is freezing.
Oh no.
Yeah, not great for Uther.
Uther don't like it.
Well, actually, can I roll at advantage? Can I use my inspiration?
Go ahead.
All right, let's do it. Come on. What the fuck is going on?
Oh.
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 Alright.
Okay,
So
let's do it.
Hey, we're both barfing.
Right.
Let's puke.
So both of you are poisoned. We're gonna let the poison slide because the rule of cool on Uther's crit, because I completely forgot to have him roll it then, and that would have completely ruined that moment. I think we all agree. So
Like, don't talk to me or my son will go. Oh!
It's more like and then you like slash her and just get sprayed in the face, in the mouth, and everything.
yeah, there you go. Some of it
Gagging.
got in
Got
your
in
mouth.
your
That's
mouth.
what did it.
Yeah.
That's why you couldn't roll past. You got multi-century old cast in your mouth.
Gross.
So Ficus,
gnarly.
if you would roll another attack because you are now poisoned, which means disadvantage.
Ooh. Roll better.
I'm gonna try, but you know.
No, I mean
Mike is
better
gonna
than your
do-
first roll, so you still hit. Ah.
7. So you miss,
Not better.
and your second attack also
Okay.
disadvantage.
Woo.
19, right? No, 19.
19-7.
7
Ah.
misses. I don't know why it doubled up on my screen for a second. You go up to take 2 slashes, but it seems like as soon as you get in, they felt good, they felt solid, you were getting in there, and then this wave of stench overcame you. So you are poisoned. Now, Bright.
We can attempt
go
to
ahead.
like get rid of that. Sorry. How long until we can attempt to get rid of poison again?
The start of your next turn. So you'll circle around and you'll get another chance to save. So it's an every turn you'll save until you save, and then you don't have to anymore. So there are some sounds coming from the other rooms.
Like from the hallway that I'm standing in the front of?
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And a rotting corpse comes around the corner toward Bright. Would you send him, Uther?
Ick.
All right, so I also forgot to mention that if she attacks anybody other than me, they have resistance. So I just put what my class does on there.
Nope, sounds good. So this ghoul comes around the corner, just slobbering at the mouth, flesh sloughing off of its rotting body. It reaches out with one of its claws and tries to slash at Bright. Are you going to actively try to protect the baby and dog that you
Yes.
cared for? So it will have advantage. So that is a
Oh,
crit.
no.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Uh-huh.
Only DC 10.
I'm assuming
Right,
that I
he's
hear
strong.
this.
You do. Everybody hears this, but you do take 10 points of slashing damage as this nasty
Okay.
claw drags across you.
That's fine.
And then the door behind Soul and Leaf is kicked open, and another one comes through there, looks around, and
There was a door there?
yes.
Oh no.
And then we are going to see who it attacks. 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is Leaf. So it's going to claw at Leaf. Does a 19 hit you, Leaf?
Yes.
Roll a Constitution save for me.
I'm so afraid. We didn't get to sleep.
Whoops, I went past it. Constitution save. Ooh, I rolled a 9. That's not
So
good.
you feel the claws rake through you, and your body seizes up. You feel your muscles tighten and they start to hurt. It's like they're squeezing your bones, and you find yourself paralyzed. Alright, it is Leaf's turn. You are currently paralyzed. So you need to
Yeah, is
make
it
a
the end of my
saving throw
turn?
at the end of your turn.
We're gonna die down here.
14. So
So your muscles had seized and it takes a moment, but then it wears off and the pain starts to subside just a little bit. But that is your turn, Soul.
Question: is lay on hands a free action, or is
No.
that a full action?
It's a full action.
Full action.
Full action.
All right. Second question: what do I need to roll to push these zombies back into the room?
So you can, as your attack, do a shove, which will push back 5 feet.
Mhm.
More often than not, unless you're pushing something off of something, it's usually better to just try and kill it.
Okay. So then, in that case, I will swing at Mama Dearest.
Absolutely.
Sec. Face.
point of order, is Soul immune to poison?
Soul is immune to the odor. He does not smell.
Nice.
Yep, it came up with Mr. Durst also. 22
Okay,
hits,
nice.
11 damage. Anything else on top of that, or are you happy with the 11?
No, I am going to make sure I kill her. So,
Do it.
what was that I add on top of that? Divine Smite?
There, yep.
Button for that.
So your hammer comes down and starts to glow with this light. There's this buildup of energy before it bursts. The suspense is killing us all.
Yeah, I just gotta remember how to do it because it's been a while since I did it. It's been a week.
You doing
Oh, there
Divine
it is.
Smite?
I got it.
Look, it's been a week for all of us.
It has been a week.
Say
There we go.
Oof!
Oh, nice.
So your
Another
hammer
12.
lands, and the light bursts, and pieces of her body just go flying off. You saw that she had exposed bone on her fingertips. Now you can see like bone through her arm. You see some of her ribs. Most of her innards just drop out as her skin gives way.
You'll pay for that.
Anything else?
No, I'm full. I don't think I can make a second attack, can I? That was a full swing, wasn't it?
That's all you got.
Yeah, that's all I got.
She will turn to you and try to slash you with her claws in response.
And she would do so at disadvantage?
Yep. She missed anyway. She would have been upset enough to go after him regardless, but I mean, she's too busy trying to keep her insides inside to effectively attack. When she misses, like her nails rake across your armor, and for just this moment, her eyes shift from just hatred to absolute loathing. That is her turn. It goes down to Uther.
I would like to use my free action to taunt to maybe, hopefully, get her so pissed at me that she sends everybody after me. And I will say, you couldn't keep your husband in life or death, it seems. And then I will grab her and I will attack recklessly and shove my axe into her neck. So
Attack
here
away.
we go.
You are you need to make a Constitution saving throw first to see if you're poisoned or not.
Let's go. God damn it.
Wow.
Why? Why is this happening to me? I'm a fucking barbarian.
So attacking recklessly, You just
Yeah.
do you have advantage on Constitution saving throws when you're raging?
I don't
No,
know.
it's strength
It's
checks.
strength.
don't
That's
think
it. Okay.
So yeah, I'll just attack recklessly.
So you get all worked up and make yourself vomit again,
Yeah.
and then attack recklessly for a straight attack.
Yep. God damn it!
And it doesn't work out. You, in the middle of your swing, you start vomiting uncontrollably.
Alright.
You
There's
rolled
only
too well to dad.
I know, right? There's only one thing that I can think that he would do after failing this miserably. He's going to run. He will take the attack of opportunity.
Okay.
To try and put himself in between Bright and the things here. Like, just can he shove her out of the way?
No, you don't want to do that. I got some good.
There's no space for you to get in there.
Damn it! All right, so
It's okay.
never mind then.
What I'll let you do is, if you want to stay there, if she wants to move out of there, you can move into that spot. I'll let you do that because it's all simultaneous.
It sounds like she's got something she wants to do, so I will take back my action or my plan and let her go about that.
No problem.
All right, so that's my turn.
Bright, go ahead.
I'm gonna switch the little boy to my shoulder and just be like, you don't need to seize this, and just shove my hand forward and cast Burning Hands at these zombies.
Nice.
Absolutely wonderful.
They need to make dex saves.
Dex saves. That seems like they would be bad at that. One in front of you, a 6 is a failure. The one behind him, a 5 is a failure. The one around the corner.
wait. Wait, hang on. It's roll 3d6. There we go. 13 points of fire damage, please.
So you reach your hand out. How do you cast your Burning Hands? I think this is the first time you've cast it, isn't it?
It is. It's kind of just a lot of panic of just like it's almost like under the skin of like the hair like flares up like it's fire and just kind of like goes all the way through her arm and out her hand because she's holding the baby in the other one. We're not gonna roast the baby.
The fire goes pouring out, overwhelms the two, goes around the corner, gets the other, and they just these ghouls, their arms flail, batting at the flames as their flesh begins to burn. Anything else?
And you thought it stank down here before.
Yeah, yuck. What have I just done?
Can we see if that actually calmed the baby down?
It did not calm the baby down. In fact,
God damn it!
it would upset the baby more again. So the
That's
baby-
why I moved.
Yeah, the
baby's
baby's
head
probably
so the baby
barfing
couldn't
at this point,
see.
I would
baby's
think.
back up. Ghouls don't have that, so
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
so the baby is bawling full strength again.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Ficus, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw to see if you can tolerate Mrs. Durst's stench.
Are they still alive?
They are. An 11. So that is enough, Ficus. She still smells terrible, but you're kind of used to it, at least well enough to.
Here's the deal. If I was level 3, like I'm
Let's
actually
see if this
focused and have
dagger
a
will
friend
work
right
now.
So Mrs. Durst looks awful, and then I missed the rest of what you said, Ficus.
Oh. Just gonna go for a dagger attack again.
Sure, go for it.
She's just gonna like try to swipe once with the fancy dagger and then again with the fancy dagger just across.
So
I don't know if a 12 hits.
a 12 does not hit.
Right, let's go off.
You slash your dagger out. This time she seems a little bit more ready for it and dodges, but she dodges right into your second attack. So that 18 definitely hits.
But no sneak attack when it's the offhand, right?
You can sneak attack with your offhand.
Oh,
There's just
then
no-
that's
You just don't add your dex to it. So that would just be
So-
2 damage
yep.
for sneak attack.
So 2 plus, so 7. 7 damage in total with the fancy dagger.
So you reach in with your dagger, she dodges one way, and the other, the dagger just sinks straight into her chest. You like come down with an overhand swing, and she's already bent over and just it sinks in, and you can feel it take hold, and her eyes go wide and full of hate before they go out, and she collapses
Before they
to
go
the
out,
ground.
as Ficus is slashing across, she wants to be like, recognize this, and just like use that to be like
Nice.
the pulling up.
Perfect. Her eyes, just before they go down, she sees just barely what happens, and the hate comes back. She dies full of hate. And
Just
falls
as she
to the
lived.
ground. Anything else, Ficus?
I think so. Ficus can see these weird creepies over here. She's just gonna walk across the gross lady and stand just behind Solaire, so that way, if she needs to, she can like flick a dagger down the hallway.
Alright, sounds good. We go back to the ghouls. The ones to the south, let's see, they also don't really care who they attack at this point. So it's going to be Soul. So the first one to the south is going to take a claw swipe at Soul. A crit. Roll a Constitution save, Soul.
Why is it a creature other than an elf? That's cool.
13.
Robot.
So 13 is fine. You feel your muscles tense up for a moment. You can hear the creak of the wood at your joints, and you can feel a tightening as all the fluids rushing through your body just slow for a moment before you shake it off and don't have any problems other than the 13 slashing damage that they deal to you. The one
How badly damaged does Solaire look?
Well, I'm staggered, but I'm fine.
Okay.
The one around the corner is going to try and reach in and take a slash at Leaf, but he's going to do so at disadvantage, and you're going to have 3/4 cover. So he definitely misses as his
that'll
claw
miss.
comes around the corner trying to slash at you. And then Bright,
We'll deal with you in a moment.
Hi.
the ghoul in front of you is going to attack. Are you actively trying to protect the dog and
Yeah.
baby?
I don't know where the dog is on me at this point, because I'm holding the baby
Or
and I'm
did
casting
Did you
the
give
other
him the
hand.
dog too, Uther? Or
The
just-
dog,
Yeah,
the
he
dog is
has
just
the
on the
dog.
ground. The dog.
Okay, the dog got put on the ground. That's fine.
Yeah.
So
The dog is near us.
you have a dog barking at everything. It's a beagle. So yes, it is howling and barking at everything around it.
Yeah.
We're gonna train that boy.
So a 22 to hit, Bright.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Mm-hmm. 14.
14 is fine. You feel your muscles tense up, but they don't go all the way, and then you take 7 damage. Where are you at health-wise?
-2.
Just... Yep. Yes.
Bright falls to the ground, and the baby just howls.
I mean,
Okay.
it's protected at least.
So that means this one is going to walk around to here as it pass over Bright's body. It ignores the baby completely. This one will walk over as well. One will attack Uther, one will attack Leaf. So Uther, a 18 to hit.
An 18 does in fact hit,
Constitution saving throw, please.
because I've been awesome at those tonight.
Well, this is also where I remind you you're poisoned, so it's at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
12 is...
It already rolled. You didn't have to roll twice. It was a 16 and a 12.
16
That's just what That's just been what I've been doing, but okay.
Yep, that's fine. So 12 is fine. I don't think... Yeah, it's possible for you to fail it, but not very easily. So you feel your muscles tighten for a moment, and then it goes away, and then the other one's going to attack Leaf, and does a 16 hit you, Leaf?
Just.
Constitution saving throw from you. Your muscles, this familiar feeling of your muscles tightening.
Oh, that time
up.
it's a 17. Yeah.
You feel the
I'm used to
pain.
it now.
You're used to it. You still take the 8 damage from the slash. But other than that, you're okay. That works through all of them. Leaf, you you are up.
Yeah, I'm like, well, this went from bad to worse. I drop my bow against the wall, and then I say, Solaire, I'm out of energy. Make sure you take care of Bright. And then I'm gonna pull my scimitar and hand axe, and I'm gonna try to clear a path. So I'll spin to my right and attack this one, to like in between me and Bright.
Okay, go ahead.
So here is the short sword attack. That is a 23 to hit.
Yes.
And here's a hand axe.
Why don't you finish your short sword attack
I-
first?
Fair enough. All right, so here's a short sword damage. That is 6, and I screwed up already. So that's 10 piercing damage. I forgot to declare my Slayer's prey because I got excited and confused by all the commotion. So that's 10 piercing.
It drops as you pierce straight through its neck, and it falls to the ground.
Okay. And then I'm going to. So the hand axe, let's say the critical
The
hit
crit's good,
is at
just
this
pick-
one.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll say it's at the one right next to me. So here is the hand axe. That is 8 damage.
8
Piercing.
damage.
No, slashing with the hand axe.
8 slashing. So your hand axe passes
I'm
over.
sorry, it's 6. It's 6 because I don't get the +2. It's 6 because it's offhand.
No
Math.
problem. We have returned to math. In fact, I mathed incorrectly anyway. So yeah, there we go. We're back to where we should go. The axe slashes across it. You see, just cuts through its flesh, and the bits of cultist robes it had on kind of fall away from it. Just left this gray, nasty flesh. Anything else, Leaf?
No, that I did what I intended, and I used my bonus action, so I am not going to move out of. I'm not going to move because then it would just prevent Solaire from getting over to Bright. So I am finished.
I'm just like slumped in a corner. Just like, ow.
So,
Ouch.
you are up.
All right, so since these two are pretty full health, and I don't want them to attack, I guess I will use my divinity this round and turn unholy.
Turn undead?
Says turn unholy. That's how they named it.
Oh, okay.
One
Cool.
second.
That's funny.
Now,
I
let's
mean,
see.
it's both, really. So,
When I take this oath at 3rd level, as an action, I present my holy symbol and speak a prayer. Each fiend within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw.
you
If
want
they
to do undead, not fiend.
Oh, no, I'm saying that's basically. Let's see.
I think it covers
Each
them all.
fiend or undead, it covers
Does it?
both.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm just
So-
like, don't do fiend, do undead. You know these
No,
are
no, no.
zombies.
Yeah, it's both.
Okay,
They
good.
make a wisdom saving within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
And, yeah.
So we will start at the bottom and work our way around. So there's more drama as the one is up toward the top of the way.
Thanks.
If you click the little like text bubble next to the description, it'll post it so we
Oh,
can just
there it
read
is.
it.
Okay. There you
That's. You clicked the wrong thing, but that's okay.
go. Oh, that is.
Yeah, you put in your ability to put armor on. So the one at the very bottom fails, so he is. We'll make him green. Green sounds good. A 15. What's your DC?
My DC, because of course you asked the hard-hitting questions,
Let's see if I can find it. Is a 13.
13, yeah.
So that one passes. The one up here is going to also fail, and then the one next to Bright's body and the crying baby will also fail. So 3 out of 4 fail.
Nice.
So they must run away for 1 minute or until they take damage.
And does that trigger an attack of opportunity?
It sure do.
It does.
All right, cool.
So because they are running at will, so Uther and Leaf, you get an attack on that one.
Well, they do it on their turn.
Oh, do they do it on their turn? All right. Sorry.
It's not a reaction, yeah.
I'm used to discordant whispers. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else, Soul?
I shall. Well, I still move. So I shall move towards Bright.
Okay, so this one is going to get an attack on you as you move out of its melee. It's the only one that passed.
Mm-hmm.
9 misses. It slashes at you on your way by, and you just duck past without any problem at all. Down back to Uther.
Just going to cleave the one in front of me, doing a reckless attack.
Sounds good. That will hit
Yeah.
because you're no longer poisoned because she's not there to make you poisoned anymore.
Yay!
Yeah, so I'm just gonna cut it in half and then run on over to Bright here. So here's my question.
Mhm.
Is a medicine check a full action, or can I do it as a bonus action?
It's an action.
Okay. It's picking up the boy. A full action or a base.
Get your boy.
You can get the boy as part of your movement. That's okay.
Okay, so baby up.
Priorities.
Baby
I
up.
understand.
And,
Priorities.
You pull the
And,
baby over. As soon as you do, it starts to quiet just a little bit.
and I'm just going to look at Soul and yell, "Fix her!" And that is my turn.
Right.
Very nice.
Go ahead and make your first death saving throw.
Uh-huh.
20.
That
Fail.
is a fail. Fill in one of those wonderfully
Mhm.
ominous bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
Ficus.
It's fine.
The yelling grows more insistent at Soul.
Fact.
No! He's raging with the baby, and he's got a great axe in his hands.
I need my babysitter alive.
God damn it!
14 will hit.
Yeah, Ficus is just going for straight stabby stabs
Do
Alright.
stabby stab. Yeah.
So you do
with this fancy dagger.
fancy dagger. You do 10 with the fancy dagger. And then your...
Yep, and then second attack is a 23 to hit,
which will also
and
hit.
then that's and so that's just 5 piercing damage.
4 piercing. Max damage on your d4. Ficus goes all stabby stab into the back of this thing's thighs, and it's like... starts to like... It's...
This is Ficus's version of a rage. She's really mad because she can't heal Bright, so she's just going on a stab rampage.
Aw, y'all.
It looks awful. It's like you cut through some very important tendons, and it's barely standing.
I'll just scream with the remainder of my action.
The 2 that are scared run away.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that one, and this one runs this way. So Leaf, you can have an opportunity attack. It had cover.
How about a 19 to hit?
That will hit even with its 3/4 cover, I think. Yeah. Damage.
Wow.
10 piercing damage.
So you
Not so fast.
You stab it with your short sword as it tries to run away. It limps and keeps going. And then Soul, you could have an opportunity attack against the one around the corner. It will also have 3/4 cover. If you want to take a 20 will hit. For 6. Which is so
raise
very
it.
close. You hear a solid crunch as it's leaving, and it leaves limping. The only one still there is Undead. Fight to the death. Doesn't care between you two, so it's going to roll. And attack Ficus.
Bring it.
So that one it hisses out, reaches out to claw, an 18 to hit.
Yep.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Great. This should go well.
Your muscles
Oh no.
your muscles seize up and your body is racked with pain and you can't move as you're paralyzed. You take 6
Just-
damage.
Love a natural 2.
Background to Leaf.
So this time Leaf sees that he needs to end this quickly. So I'm going to use my new ability, which I should have used already, and declare my Slayer's Prey. It is similar to the spell Hunter's Mark, but not quite as much. Anyway, so I look at this thing and I'm like, these abominations. And so if I hit, it gets an extra d6. And I don't think I've added that yet in my... No, I did. I have the extra d6. Okay, super. So here's my short sword.
That'll hit.
Woohoo!
All right. So that is going to be... This time it is 15 piercing damage.
That is enough to kill it. Your short sword passes through it, and you understand these creatures now at this point. You know where they're held together, and your short sword finds that perfect place to finish it.
I will track the others. And I'm going to quickly... So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, I guess. I don't see it yet.
Nope.
What do I see as I'm running through this room?
So as you enter this room, there are a number of skeletons shackled to the wall that are just in heaps on the ground, and the stars over here on the map are a skeleton, a wooden skeleton of Strahd. One hand has a hand resting on a wolf that's sitting next to him. The other is outstretched. The entire statue is made of wood, and in the wooden hand outstretched, there is this glass ball about the size of a grapefruit with smoke swirling within it.
Say that one more time, the last sentence.
There's a glass ball about the size of a
Glass
grapefruit
ball.
in his hand.
Got
There's
it.
smoke
Okay.
swirling within it.
Right, would really like that.
Interesting.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Soul,
But it's
you are
fine.
next to Bright. You have Uther with a crying baby next to you and an unconscious Bright in front of you.
I will use the entirety of my lay on hands pool to heal her for 15.
Oh, you're so good to me.
Tell us what it looks like, Soul.
I'm so alive.
Yes, so a little prayer to Lathander with a wave of my hand and yep, kabuki. That's what I would say.
You want to move anywhere, or are you happy there?
I'm happy here.
Not to be like that guy, but all of the turned creatures that we attacked are no longer turned because they took damage.
Right, yep.
Okay.
Wait, oh crap, they did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Both of them did.
Yeah. Anyways,
I had them finish running just to have them finish running, so...
yeah. Bright's gonna wake up immediately in a panic of like the baby, and then like freak out 'cause the
Where
baby's
is
gone.
Only takes you a moment to realize the baby's crying in the other room, and you hear Uther going,
Okay.
So, I'm guessing it's my turn now.
It is.
Where was the other? Where were the ones that were turned?
They ran down the hallway.
Down this hallway.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. I am going to put a hand on Soul's shoulder and go, thank you. And then I'm going to make my way past both him and Bright. I'm going to hand the boy over to Bright.
It's like,
I'm going
oh, no, the baby's gone. Oh, the baby's back.
I am going to just give her my most sincere, rage-filled thank you. And I am haul-assing towards wherever this motherfucker was.
So that's 30. You can see him just around the corner, and the baby starts crying louder once you hand off.
Oh
the
my
baby.
gosh! Why doesn't this baby like me?
If you attack, it's going to have 3/4 cover because you're attacking around a wall.
I will. Yeah, we're doing it. I will attack recklessly.
Sounds
Yep.
And the moment
Only
moment that I do, like as soon as I swing my axe, the shadows come out of him again, and it's like they're cheering him on, and there's just another one in front of Bright and the child, just holding off again. So here we go.
Oh yeah.
22 will hit.
It's just the wild.
The axe, like, it glances off the wall a little bit, so you really don't get your full weight and strength behind it at all, but it still catches the ghoul as it's turning around to face you. It hisses.
I'm just imagining like fucking chunks of cement coming off that fucking wall.
You probably hit it more with broken dirt than you actually did the weapon itself.
Pretty much.
Bright, back to you. You're laying on the ground with a crying baby.
Is there a corner that I can get to that's out of the way, please? I mean, yeah, like not in the stairway. Like, can I move over? Come, move. Where'd you go? Oh no, I lost my token. Oh, found her. I'm just gonna like, kind of just like, shakily get out of the way and just be like, yup! And just like try and quiet the baby again.
Alright.
I don't know. I just want the baby to
How
stop
are you going to
crying.
quiet the baby?
I have water skins. I'm just gonna try and like wet my fingers and like try and put them on their gums in case he's teething or he's thirsty. I don't know.
Go ahead and make a persuasion
know.
check with advantage.
Oh, cool. Cool. Well, that was a 7. That's 18.
Hey.
So as soon as your wet finger gets in its mouth, it immediately sucks the wetness off the finger.
Great. Cool. Here you go, buddy. Here you go.
It quiets down some, but not all the way. It's still very fussy baby. It's more, at least it's more whimpering than crying.
Oh, me too.
Just hear me in the next room yelling and attacking. Boy!
It's like, see this? Is that okay? It's going to get you. It's okay.
Ficus, you are up.
It's gonna be the most savage baby
you're
ever.
paralyzed. So Ficus, your muscles release and the pain subsides just enough that you can move again. And that's your turn. Oh wait, do you have to save on that? That'd be awful. Yes.
I think she does.
You do have to try and save again. So another Constitution save, if you would.
Nice.
And what I said happens.
17.
I knew it. That is your turn. It goes back to these two. So this one that Uther you hit around the corner, it's going to come around and face you. Swing with one of its claws. Does a 16 hit you?
A 16 does in fact hit.
Constitution saving throw?
Hold on, yeah, that does hit. Constitution saving throw. I've been awesome at these, baby. Alright, let's see.
Hey, there you go.
Alright, you're fine. Your muscles tighten up, but it goes away. You take 6 reduced to 3 slashing damage.
Okie
The other one comes around and tries to claw you around the corner. You have 3/4 cover, which adds 5. Does a 19 hit your AC plus 5?
No, it does not.
So it slashes, but its arm catches it. It's right-handed and it can't reach you. The wall's in the way. Flails. The two kind of look at each other, just hissing, and turn their vision back to you.
I mean, I'm hurt, but I'm still okay.
What is your hit point total, Uther? Where are you at?
I'm at 14.
You're at 14, and what's your total?
46.
Okay.
So running up with again the short sword in one hand, the hand axe in the other. As soon as Leaf sees these two, he will. I'm going to use my bonus action again, and again, sort of like draw my focus in, mark this other creature
Absolutely.
as my prey, and I will take a poke at it with my short sword. Critical. That's a
Definitely hits with a
27 to
critical
hit.
Woo!
It's your prey, so it's a 29, isn't it?
The +2 is only that's for my
Oh,
archery
just-
fighting style.
okay.
Sorry, it's just I just have it always on there. If it's
Regardless,
I can take it off. Regardless, yes, that is
you have already, we've established, learned how to
So,
kill these things, and you continue to prove
14
it.
piercing plus another 6 from the hunter's prey, or sorry, slayer's prey.
So you
I'm
stab
a
it.
monster slayer.
You know,
Uther is pissed.
you know exactly where to put the sword. Uther's getting ready. He's lining up another shot, and then the thing just drops. Plunk.
And then I'm gonna use my remaining movement to like step around the corner here and face Uther and say, "I'll let you get the next one."
Get out of my way! Listen, that's immediately what he says.
Soul, go ahead.
So I know that those two are accounted for, right? They've been chased by those two. Oh, well, I'm out of healing. There's really not much for me to do.
It's fine. I'm doing fine. We're doing fine.
Could I inspect what's left of the madam of the house?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check. Uther, you can go ahead and finish off this ghoul while he does that.
Will insight work or investigation?
Watch out, roll a one. I'm
Investigation
gonna laugh
instead.
my balls off of that.
Oh, there's intimidation, never mind. There we go.
Hey, same thing.
Same roll, 12.
So a 14 does hit
Oh, cool.
Noir.
So 19 damage.
You eviscerate this one too.
Like after after it's clearly dead, he's still just like it's just now.
We hear it
Yes.
coming down the hall, and I just say, he's gonna be a while.
So you are left as in the distance you hear the hacking and slashing of Uther yelling at the corpse that is now thoroughly dead. There's a baby whimpering in Bright's lap, and everything goes quiet.
So after the minutes of unnecessary hacking, he is just going to quickly come over and just grab the baby and it's okay. Like just very awkwardly. And then he's got one arm like just kind of patting Bright, thank you for it. Yes. And
I'm sorry.
So as you're holding the baby, it quiets down the rest of the way. It's
It's a
still
he, not an it.
he quiets down the rest of the way, and still whimpering, still kind of this little bit of water that's still on its cheek.
Oh,
his
now he's
cheek.
drooling so much.
But that's there you go.
I suppose
Hack
we
and
should.
slash. What's happening? Wait, Gregory, isn't Leaf in a different room right now?
I mean, I'm
I
assuming we're out
Ficus
of
was going to
initiative.
follow Leaf into that room. Yeah, and Ficus was planning on once we got out of initiative while the hack and slash was going that Ficus was going to like tear her ass after Leaf.
Okay, so you probably would have encountered him in this room then. He's coming back towards you.
oh, that's my bad. Sorry.
No worries.
No, you're fine.
And I was.
Do you want to
checking
move
everybody.
Ficus?
Yeah, just can't see anything.
I would say, yeah.
Oh, I thought I gave you light.
Ah, Ficus. Oh, you
You do.
need a
My
torch.
computer's just really slow.
You join him in that room, there's skeletons chained to the wall, a wooden statue of Strahd with a glass grapefruit-sized ball.
Isn't this lovely? I suppose Bright will want to inspect that, pointing to the glass globe. And I say,
The wolf
isn't this
in this
lovely?
room?
It's a wooden wolf that Strahd's hand is on. So one hand is resting on a wooden wolf's head, the other is extended with a glass ball.
And yeah, so he says, isn't this lovely, indicating like all the skeletons, and then kind of almost equally looking at this statue. And do we recognize it as the sort of the apparition or whatever it was that appeared to us at the gate? Is that clear?
I mean, I'll tell you what it is.
You're the only one that saw that figure.
Oh, okay.
And
so do I recognize it as?
And even though you have dark vision, what you saw was still shrouded in darkness. There was no real detail.
Who do you suppose that is?
That is the Lord of the Land?
Well, you're in the other room. I'm saying that to Ficus.
Never mind.
You can
Sorry,
wander in if you're
paying attention to baby right now.
Yeah.
I'm with the baby, probably.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Y'all are probably gonna want to come in here and take a look at this.
Yes, that is the Lord of the Land.
all of you gather in this room before this wooden statue of Strahd. So there you go.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
What do you think that glass sphere is there? Think that's important?
Probably.
I'm out of energy right now, so
Yeah.
somebody else able to determine if there's any kind of funky magic in here?
I can if you give me some time.
Ficus just walks up while they're all like asking who could do this. Ficus is just gonna walk up and just palm the ball and just pull it to look at it.
I'll add it to the list.
As you lift
That's
the
not
ball,
usually a good idea.
As you lift the ball from the hand, there's this shaking, just a simple, quiet tremor, and dust comes off of the wall to your north, revealing a stairwell through a thin wall.
Up or down?
Well, would you look at that? Well done, Ficus.
I don't think we are ready for this.
You are
while holding her fancy dagger too. She's just like collecting all of these things that she shouldn't touch.
How did you know to do that, Ficus Fig of the Forest?
You know, I saw the fog in it, and I just wanted to understand it a little bit more.
I do not think there's much knowing in this circumstance.
I just think she's klepto.
If we choose
Interesting.
If you choose to go forward, you will do so without my aid. My children are tired and they are hungry.
Yes, I think we should collect ourselves before we go rushing into anything else. I completely agree with Uther.
Do you think we could use a room upstairs and use real beds and sleep?
There was food in the kitchens, and we still have much
is there any food left, or did it all get in the boot?
I'm not too keen about spending a night in this building. I was thinking more like, let's take a breather, have a snack, drink some water, relax, and then burn this place to the freaking ground.
He just glares at Secret and he goes, my children will have a night's rest, and they will have a good dinner and a better breakfast, and I will hear nothing different.
Party mom. We are getting 3 meals a day, so help us.
And he starts to walk off.
Solaire, is there anything you can do? Like, can you like cleanse this place or something?
If we close the doors, we at least are temporarily safe.
upstairs. I wouldn't suggest we stay down here.
I agree. Upstairs, please.
Just hear giant footsteps as he's just
Yep.
walking back up to the house.
So we're not.
I follow Uther.
Yeah, I'll follow too. Please.
We're
Give
not
us-
going to bother with the battle map or anything, so we'll skip that. So you guys
Yep.
go back up to the which.
Wait,
floor
wait,
do you
wait.
wanna go? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Before. Well, so whenever the others might go ahead, but so Leaf is going to walk over to the secret door and just kind of like listen and like sniff the air, like just try to get a sense of like, is it like fresh air?
We'll
Is it foul air?
Leaf in this.
All right. Why don't each
Do
of
I
you make
hear
a
anything?
perception check?
Oof, that's a 6 for Leaf. I think he's too worn out right now.
So Leaf, yeah, you don't hear anything coming from that direction. Ficus, you're quite confident that it is quiet that way. There's a ladder leading upward, and just this still silence.
I don't smell anything, and I don't really hear anything. How about you?
I don't hear anything either, but I think it would be safe if we put maybe an alarm at the top of the stairs, which I can do now
Yeah.
because level 3.
Level 3. Level 3.
As we
But instead of it being like a magical alarm, it's going to be like Ficus's version of like there's a string here and there's a bell on it, because just for story-wise, she hasn't learned magic yet, but it'll be her own device to set an alarm in case anyone were to come up the stairs.
Sounds
So Leaf just kind of like wipes his blades and is just watching to make sure that she stays safe. Then he sort of remembers that his bow is in the other room, so he'll say, "I'll be right back. Be careful," and just go quickly and snatch that up.
Were you
You
about to say so?
guys.
as we were walking up, I wanted to ask Uther to follow me back upstairs to the trunk where we found the woman.
I will follow you, but briefly.
That's all I need.
rest. Was Bright about to say something as well?
No, Niffer was about to say something. At 3rd level, I get the spell Shield as an automatic.
Nice.
That would have been very helpful.
As soon as you guys have a night's rest, you can prep your brand new spells.
Great.
So yeah, Uther is following with Soul, and like as they're walking, just there's an awkward silence, and then he just goes, Bright fell protecting the child because I asked her to. I don't know how you mend people, but I admire the skill. Thank you.
Tell him, don't worry. Let's see. Don't worry about it. You'll get stronger, and then you'll be protecting all of us.
You're a
as-
good man.
Yes.
You said man without making it a question. I'm so proud of you. This is
Yeah.
growth.
Did he though? We'll check the replay. Like,
Yeah.
clip that for later.
So
The two of you go all the way up to the attic. As you get to the chest, you open the chest. The bones of the nursemaid are still there. And her spirit again materializes before you. She immediately sees the baby. Her hands reach out and just pass through.
Like it's a clutch with the great axe in front.
I hold my hand up to him. It's fine. It's fine. Just calm down, buddy.
Just
My-
relaxes.
My son. My beautiful son.
He's my son now.
No, I let her. I speak to her. I will fulfill my promise. Your boy's safe, and I'll make sure he finds a good family, grows up right. You can rest now.
Will you take my bones from this place with you? Bury me anywhere but here. I'm not ashamed of the choices I made. I gave my son a chance that I never would have had. I'm not saying I was right, but it's what I did. Now he has a chance that I never would. She looks over to Uther. Will you also protect my Walter?
He ain't Walter now.
Please don't.
I
do
have,
that.
I have reservations about the name. But I can give you this. His blood is my blood. He is of my tribe. He will never know hunger, fear, or loneliness. As long as I have your blessing.
She places both hands on her heart. Of course. You have my blessing, my touch, my love. Her hand passes into you, and her spirit fades from the back to the hand itself. And there's this warmth within you.
Just for flavor, I would like to expend the last rage I have for the day.
Why?
so that my ancestors can guide her to rest.
Yes.
Absolutely.
She should make guest appearances every once in a while.
Does she count as the ancestors now? Can she be one
That's
of
what
the
I'm
folks?
talking about.
She fades, and you feel as though she is a part of you, in a way you'll never forget.
Oh Lord.
You two can have inspiration.
Wait.
Well deserved.
And I do collect her bones, so put it in our bag of holding.
Oh, you gotta get back.
Our boot
Mike
of holding.
is
I
down
apologize. Our boot
I like
bag.
putting the bones right into her boot.
If he would ask.
You're muted,
so,
Court. Sorry, Court was trying to say something, but she's muted.
Go ahead.
Muted. Can you guys just not hear me?
I can hear
No.
you now.
Sometimes there's
you're-
a bit of a lag. That's
In and
all.
out, that's all.
I was saying my food is in my boot. Not to put body in there. That's so gross.
Okay.
Our
Fine.
dinner is in there. We're
I
not
will-
putting bodies in with dinner.
I will
What's that?
I will collect her bones, put it in a bag, and tie it to my hip.
There were
okay?
sheets all over the room.
There's sheets all
No,
over.
it's
so
a
you
roll.
have-
Uther was
sheet.
actually going to ask, so if I may, I would like to hold on to them. I know a fine place for her to rest.
Live here. But fine, I'll let you carry them.
I'll just carry the. It's a team thing. You understand?
Okay.
Sounds good.
But you don't live here. Where do you know around here?
Where are you guys gonna reconvene?
I'm gonna go right
You
to
don't
the
think I'm gonna
kitchen.
stay in Barovia forever? I'm gonna fist fight the immortal and then I'm gonna get out of here. Sorry.
I was like, we could have simply just dropped her at the next church, but okay.
Nope.
If you want to take her home with you, that's perfectly fine. Since you're not another
I'm
ghost
so sorry.
companion. He's just collecting people.
I'm gonna need to make a separate bag of holding just for all the remains that we collect.
Listen here, Robot Man. and then we devolve right back into it.
Right. Then the camera pans.
Just touch in a moment, and then listen here, Robot Man.
Hey, I think the prophecy came true. Uther has collected a family.
It's true. Some of them are bones, some of them are alive, but he's collected a family.
Like to introduce you to the missus.
Oh gosh. I would imagine that Ficus and Leaf in the Sunlight of Summer have gone upstairs and found their way to wherever the others are.
Sounds good.
And I would think that probably Bright is the first one we would come across.
I'm going
unless
right
she
to the
stayed
kitchen.
with
I have
them.
things to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a list because you guys just left me a grocery list of all these things you've just picked up without knowing what they are. So now I have to sit and identify them all. So that's what I'm gonna do. I have
Sounds
a lot
good.
of feelings.
Dining room or kitchen?
Both. Like I have things
We
to
should
set up in the
probably
kitchen
claim.
first.
Oh gosh, you're busy. You probably need like a work. What do they call it? Like an
Table?
office or
table?
yeah, work bed. Anyway,
And I
we
like
should pick
point
one
to all
room
of,
in this.
I point to the kitchen table that has all of my papers and bags just scattered out already.
Right.
I'm like
Perfect.
working on this Zenzet.
Okay. Yes. You know what? This is perfect. Let's use this room. And Leaf is gonna go and start collecting like chairs or cushions or just stuff to try to make things a little more comfortable for us to. But in his mind, everyone needs to be in one room in the house, not like spread all over the place.
Well, while you're
Yeah,
collecting
correct.
stuff to be comfortable, I want to do a quick check. Is there anything else useful weapon-wise? If I do like a cursory walk through the house, like an extra set of armor, sword.
Yeah, I mean Leaf would want to do that eventually too.
So, Solaire, you remember there was a shield in the entryway. There were two swords crossed above a fireplace. You guys already collected the wolf armor and the beat up metal armor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need that out.
That would be just about
Did-
everything that you've seen.
Did Solaire ever put on the splint?
No,
Or was he
it
not
takes an
going
hour
to?
for me to put anything on.
Hmm.
Because I have to equip it.
Right.
So I will take, before I go into rest, I will grab the shield. And is the wolf armor still in one piece? Or was that
There
actual
was
wolf
4
armor?
different
There's
sets.
4 complete sets that are perfectly fine.
All right, so I'll just take one of those sets, equip that, and the swords. What kind of swords are they? Just regular short swords?
Regular long swords. 2 long swords.
I like more Warhammer. So yeah, I'll leave that alone. Or matter of fact, y'all like collecting things, so we'll just throw in the boot. I'll
I
bring it
need
out to the
boot.
table for you guys. And then I will go into my rest because I don't really need to do anything else.
Okay.
So while this is all going down, Uther is putting the crib back together and cleaning up that room, and he's just got Lancelot on the ground, and he just looks at Lancelot, and then he points to the crib and he goes, "Protect the boy." He's just like cleaning up the room, trying to make it as presentable as possible, and then he just looks at the baby and he goes, "Timothy, Rognog." He just trying to see how the child reacts to different names to find
Nice.
the right one.
So Leaf finds you doing this.
Yeah, I also want to sneak up on him.
Yeah, Leaf finds you doing this and says, Uther, those are all fantastic names, and I know you'll find the right one eventually. But perhaps we could bring the crib down to the kitchen so we can all stay safely together in one room. And there's food, so we can replenish ourselves. Here, I'll help you.
He goes, as soon as the crib is built.
I imagine Bright could probably help you out with that. She seems to have a knack with tools and stuff.
I've asked her to do enough today. And you can see there's like there's a little bit of like guilt and shame there. So it's just like he's trying to figure out. It's like basically anybody
You're at
trying to
IKEA.
put together IKEA shit, and like it's this big swole Goliath, just like peg A goes into Groot Snog. It's not a good look right now,
Honey.
Yeah.
So we'll
Leaf
fast
will
forward
do the
just-
best he can to help.
We'll fast
No,
forward
I have
just a
so
little
many
bit.
things.
There's a lot of things going on.
Okay.
So, one, Court's audio has been out for a little bit. Is it working at all yet, Ficus?
How does this sound? Does this sound better?
Yes.
I took
Very
my
much.
headset out entirely, so if I'm talking and you guys start talking, there will probably be feedback. Just so you are aware. I packed my regular headset in all my moving stuff because I move in 2 days.
Woohoo!
And then I'm using a really crappy headset from Target because that's what I could afford. So that's already trash. That feels great. But Ficus definitely, like, if we would have started, like, in the kitchen, she would have, like, started making food for everyone just because, like, she knows, like, that's what she's capable of doing. But then, as, like, she would have passed off her boot to Bright, so Bright could have access to everything within the boot, and the dagger as well, because she's cooking, she doesn't need her dagger. But I think, like, after she felt like she had enough food prepared for everyone, she would have just kind of been looking over Bright's shoulder as to, like, what Bright is doing and trying to learn a little bit more from her, and, like, occasionally just popping in with a, well, what does that do? And just kind of, like, standing up on a stool and, like, looking over at the stuff, and, like, she's obviously getting crumbs on the table as she's looking down and, like, taking in everything Bright's saying.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I have not really started food for all of us. I have just started boiling rice in a corner, and then I go work on the table, and then I think, and I grab one of the light rocks, and then I go to listen to what Uther is doing, and I kind of just, like, stand in the doorway where he doesn't notice, and I scribble on a rock as he is talking to the baby, and it records his voice for 6 seconds. And then I put it in my pocket for a little later, and then I go back downstairs, and then I finish cooking the rice because it is rice milk for the baby. And then I go and I start pulling out the things from the boot to, like, identify and to build, and then I start tinkering on my little steel defender. So I'm gonna make a little pet wolf.
Spectacular.
He thought I was done with the baby stuff, but I'm not.
God damn it.
I've done so much.
All of
Yep.
you guys, you go about your various tasks. You can consider this a short rest as you're doing these various odds and ends. Soul, how much exploring are you doing to recover stuff? Are you just staying in the main house or going back to the basement?
No, I'm gonna stay in the main house. We can do the basement together later.
Okay.
Yeah.
I imagine that I imagine that Leaf would probably have the intention of collecting a few things to sort of make things more comfortable. But if he realizes Solaire is doing that, he wouldn't want Solaire to be doing that on his own.
Sure.
So he might end up shadowing you. I mean, once the crib was taken care of anyway. I don't know which took longer.
All of you kind of accomplish these various things. I will have all of the various magic items you have collected identified and sent to you for...
Hooray!
So the important ones for now that'll have an immediate effect... Well, let's see.
Things that I want to hit eventually are Fancy Knife, Glass Orb, Gus's Desk Spellbook, and the Wand from the Chest are the 4 that I'm pretty sure are the big ones.
So the dagger is a Dagger of Alarm. It is a magic... Or Dagger of Warning, I'm sorry. It is a magic item, but it does not have any bonuses to its hit or damage. Whoever is holding that, if you are attuned to it, you get advantage on initiative, and any companions within 30 feet of you cannot be surprised.
Oh, nice.
That's good.
That's super
So I'll
dope.
send that there. I imagine that, Bright, you would want to know what your wand does.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is it my wand now? Cool.
The shackle wand, it's a 2-foot shackle wand. It's a wand of binding. So this wand has 7 charges. You can use the charges to cast Hold Monster or Hold Person. It also can help you escape if you are grappled by something. You can use a bonus action to expend a charge to get advantage to escape.
Yo, that sounds great. Is it only for a magic user or stuff like that?
Yes, you have to
Is
be
there
a
anything?
spell caster to attune a wand.
Lit.
The glass globe is something called a seeing stone. As you take a look at It has 3 charges. For a single charge, you can use an action to cast Detect Magic, Detect Evil and Good, or Detect Poison and Disease. Or if it has all 3 of its charges, you can expend all 3 to cast Detect Thoughts.
Cool. Gus's spellbook desk or Gus's desk spellbook thing.
So the book in that is a ritual book. Most of the rituals require sacrifices of some kind, either of
Nope.
innocence or human sacrifices. A number
Nope.
of rituals are for summoning demons, but the requirements time and time again, there is an ongoing theme of the giving up of the innocent in order to get power of some kind.
Are there any that we can do like with animal blood substitutions or anything? Or
So that's something you'd
Maybe.
have to take a look at further down the line. It's
All
not
right.
so much the life itself, it's this idea of innocence is what's repeated over and over again.
I'm gonna toss it in the fire.
As you do, a couple pages fall out of it that are going to be useful.
Sweet, cool.
Is that
See,
is that how we
that's how you
find
find out
story
what
relevant?
needs to stick. You just put things in the fire, and all the relevant stuff will come out.
Perhaps
Okay.
fire.
Here we go. So, looking at the spellbook, this will take the rest of your time, so you'll have to hold on to. You can spend the rest of your
Oh, I
time doing an Arcana intelligence check. We're just an
I
hour
was not
right now.
planning on resting. I was not planning on resting. I was gonna
Okay.
work through this whole thing.
Give me an Arcana check then.
9. Great.
You go through, you find a page that's heavily annotated and dog-eared. With what you've seen, you piece together it's probably the ritual that was used to bind Walter in the flesh golem, and you see some scratches and sketches to it, and it looks, that's probably the best you can get. It looks like somebody has written a lot of notes about what can be done with it.
All right, I'll tie it to the bundle of like the journals and the notes and the letters and all that, since it doesn't want to be burned.
And
That goes in the bundle.
then you have
Um,
spell scrolls still. Holy cow.
Oh, you're right.
So
Mhm.
the spell scrolls that you have, I'll send to you a little bit later because I
Thank
can't get to
you.
them right away.
That's okay. And then I rummage through the cupboards to hopefully find like baby bottle stuff, and then I just like start prepping food for.
I would like to finally have my completely built frug, which is the crib, brought down
You went
to
shopping at IKEA.
brought down to the kitchen. I'm just gonna put it next to the table where Bright's at, and I've got Lancelot following behind me, and I'm just gonna use the rest of my time while doing 2 things. One, trying to train Lancelot to stay and come, and trying to find a name that fits the boy.
I hand you the baby bottle at this point.
just puts it in the baby's mouth.
The baby starts eating immediately and is absolutely thrilled.
Thank you.
The spell scrolls are Bless, Protection from Poison, and Spiritual Weapon.
Useful.
Protection from poison?
Yes, and Spiritual Weapon.
I will remember spiritual weapon, trust me.
He wrote them in the logs.
So are we doing a full 8-hour rest? A 1-hour rest? What's your guys' plan?
I would like to.
Uther is full on doing a
I'm
8
full
hour
8 hour.
rest.
Okay.
I am
Sounds
completely
We're
out
in-
of everything.
We're in
Yeah.
for the night.
And I think that would probably happen after Solaire and Leaf sort of searched not the lower level, but like the main floors
Mhm.
of the
Mhm.
house, I think.
You guys search in the house. There's the 2 long swords, a shield, and you have actually collected every other odd and end. In
Was
that
there anything
house.
interesting in the music room?
There is a stand-up harp and a harpsichord. That's it.
Okay, but nothing like a lute or flutes or any like portable stuff.
Nothing portable, no.
Okay, cool.
Well, Soul's gonna take the time, to, like I said, to equip the wolf armor, and Then he's also gonna take up the shield, and after that, he's pretty much just gonna rest for the night to recharge his spells.
Sounds
Just
good.
a quick GM question. Who has what of the stuff that we've identified currently?
I will give you your dagger back. I want to keep the wand, if that's okay.
I don't
I
think
like
Noir can
being
use
able
it.
to get out of things.
I also wouldn't mind keeping the orb.
Yeah.
Mainly for the reason that you guys don't know about yet. But trust me, it helps with story.
Yep. And I'm just gonna kind of give those two things back to be like, well, you did take these, so here. Then just like explain what they are.
I did klepto these.
Is Ficus in the room with us?
I'm
yeah,
in the
she was
kitchen.
in the kitchen.
All right.
Yeah, I was making food and then like, looking at all the stuff we got. I'm also going to try to create an organization system for my boot.
Good.
So when you walk in, Uther's gonna just kind of ask, "What do you think of the name Mont Blanc?" Ooh.
We're calling him Matt.
It sounds pretty catchy. I think that would be a popular kid at school.
Does
Yeah.
it mean something?
I say to you, how fast can you say that in battle?
Well, that's a good name for screaming in battle. Max Blanc, and then like Ficus like raises her knife in the air and like shakes it. So it sounds really cool. And she's trying to mimic Uther as best as she can.
You know, hearing it in my own voice, I don't think that suits the boy.
You could always try Walter. And then Ficus goes back to making food.
Absolutely not. No.
I don't know if you know how we get our names, but we sometimes pick kind of hopes and dreams that we have for our children. So perhaps you want to think of something that you wish for him.
Conquer.
Fortune? He has been a big difference in our life.
That seems fair. You were wounded protecting him. If anyone has claim to give counsel to a child's name, I suppose that would be you.
He's part of the family. Like, that's how things go where I'm from. Everyone takes care of everyone. Everyone is family. That's just what you do. It's not special.
In my culture, it's much different. You have to fight for your place. I will think on this.
And then you, after having struggled through building an IKEA crib, then have to watch Bright just assemble a living being out of
he is every now and then going to go, perhaps you need to take that piece and put it...
slap his hand away. Like, very absentmindedly, like, not meanly, but it's like, no.
I would name it.
Oh, go ahead.
I would give it a name like
Him.
Load of Dust in the Darkness, or... Well...
That is an entire sentence.
Because it's very long. Stick with, like, small words.
It's a proper name.
Like Bright.
Like leaf in the sunlight of summer. This is a like Ficus, fig of the forest. I mean, you understand?
No, it's just Ficus fig. It's just...
Right.
I've been wondering about that. Your entire name is... That your name is the sentence you always say. I never understood what was happening.
Yeah, how did you get the name Leaf in the Sunlight of Summer? Did like a leaf fall on your head in the sunlight of summer and your parents went, okay, next question?
Good question.
I'd like everybody to make an insight check, actually. And I'm going to try to do deception here. Let's see what happens. Oh, that was a 5. So your passives. So you all probably see like
Oh my god!
somewhere between irritation and almost like a dark kind of cloud crosses Leaf's his face or his his features. Like it's pretty obvious you have struck a nerve, and he's upset by it. He just says, "I was too young to remember," and then he like turns away and maybe walks out of the room or something.
If you guys
So-
would like, we can do the long rest, or either way.
Just one last question that Uther
That's fine.
has.
Go ahead.
And so, how did you get your name?
Ooh, yes, good.
Well, when they first created all of us, they gave us each a different name that directly references a child of the sun. So, for example, the one after me was named Apollo. I also have Elo. I also remember one named Orin. And that's it.
That makes me think of something, Uther. Maybe you want to use another language to name your child. Like, there's a word in my family's language, there's a name, and it means goodness. It's Tobias.
Oh, I like Tobias.
He looks over to the crib and goes, Tobias. How's my boy respond to it? Is he
You're a baby, Dane.
The baby has happily eaten all of the rice milk it was given and fallen asleep content.
How's it feel? It's an approving snore.
I like it. Tobias. The moat in the darkness. I think that's a fine name.
We just literally named the kid Darkest Night, Brightest Light. That's what we did.
Let's go!
As it should be.
We just did that.
That is fantastic. That is beautiful. That is wonderful. Everybody without inspiration, just take it. Whatever. Fine.
We're going on that long rest. Don't ruin the moment.
Leaf sort of was just outside the door, and I think when he hears Uther say that name, he like you might not see it, but he just kind of like nods his head. And there's like this inner dialogue happening, and he turns and walks back in, and he looks at Uther. He says, "Tobias, the moat in the darkness, is a good name. Forgive me for my reaction. I do not know who my parents were. The rangers that found me gave me the name Leaf in the Sunlight of Summer. I'm not exactly sure why they gave me that name, but I believe it has something to do with the moment when they found me." And again, I think I walk over to Uther and like if he'll let me lay a hand on his shoulder, and again just like yes, like, "You have named your son well."
He puts a hand on Secret Shoulder as well, and he goes, he is my tribe. We lived on the Somerset Mountain, and a great plague came. There aren't many of us left. I've come to witness death in all its glory to further understand it, so that perhaps I could find a way to convict it to let us be. I found all of you, a strange new tribe. Your
Yeah.
counsel is appreciated. And he just shakes you a little bit with like this big meaty hand. And then just like absentmindedly he points at a screw and he goes, I
No.
think that it goes in the okay.
So evening settles in. It was already getting into late evening when you guys started to gather in the kitchen and in the dining room areas to make yourselves as comfortable as you can in this home that is full of death and hatred and sacrifice and taking. If there's anything, it's all of the taking that has gone on in this home. As you lay down to go to bed, one after the other, I assume everyone sleeps except Solaire, who doesn't sleep.
Well, would you like us to relieve you for a time during the evening so you can, I don't know, do you pray or meditate or what do you need time for yourself?
Again, I don't. I will be perfectly fine. I will watch over you as well as the child. You all can rest without worry.
You are a blessing, Solaire. I'm glad to have met you.
As are you, my friend.
As everyone sleeps, they sleep just as they did that first night in Barovia. Soul, as you keep watch, you also see your allies sleeping fitfully. They kick blankets off of themselves, they turn. You can hear them grinding their teeth and whimpering. You see them tossing and turning. The baby also sleeps fitfully, whimpering and kicking. Periodically, Uther reaches a huge hand over to place it on the baby's chest, just so that he pauses for a moment. But if there's anything that you recognize, it's that this is not how you remember others sleeping. None of you have any memories of this, except for one. Bright. You sit in a camp chair beside the final glowing coals of a bonfire. Covered in an ornate quilt, every joint and muscle of your body aches. Too sore to rise, too sore to move, you sit hunched over, watching. Around you is an impenetrable blackness except for a few yards of weak light left from the fire. Tobar and Gunari walk into the firelight hand in hand. After a few steps, the two sweet old men collapse together, dead. Esmeralda appears. Her stride is as confident as you remember, but after a few steps, gashes appear in her pants and her tunic. Invisible claws rend her as you watch, and she too falls dead. Your parents come into view, at first looking as you remember them, but as they step past the bodies, they age quickly before falling at the edge of the firelight. Your brother, your cousins, your family, one at a time walk by, aging and dying before your very eyes, until the circle of weak firelight encompasses the corpses of all you have ever loved.
Is that including the party?
The corpses fade. Uther and Ficus stumble into view, weapons drawn, flailing at the darkness as mouthfuls of their flesh are torn from their bodies. After Uther falls, Ficus stands upon him, screaming silently as she slashes at enemies you cannot see, before collapsing upon him as she too succumbs to unseen teeth. Leaf walks into the light, shooting arrow after arrow after arrow until his quiver is empty. His sword and hand axe appear, only to be knocked from his grasp. Legs first, he's lifted by something unseen. His body slams into the ground once, twice, thrice, and he's still. Solaire drifts into view, on his back as though laying upon a table you cannot see. He slowly rotates upright, suspended in midair, unmoving but for his eyes. Cracks violently appear in his casing. Cuts are sawn through his wooden parts. One piece at a time, he's taken apart before your very eyes. One last figure approaches, standing in the coals themselves, unconcerned with their heat, unconcerned with their death, is your dread lord, your master, Strahd von Zarovich. You wish to die old, child? You think that is the path of avoiding pain? You know nothing. Though you do not see him move, he's gone. You're left in silence, watching the light of the coals dim, until after far too long, the darkness takes you as well. And you wake with a start.
I check on everyone and see that they're not dead.
The others are sleeping fitfully, kicking, gnashing their teeth.
And then I pull out the rock that I made for Tobias of Uther just like comfort talking, and I just tap it and play it for myself and go back to sleep.
The night passes, and only one incident in the evening, Solaire. As you sit at watch, the two Durst children's ghosts appear. They drift into the room, hand in hand. Kind of look at you for a moment, look at the others. Are the monsters gone?
Yes, child, I have taken care of them.
Are mommy and daddy okay?
They are at peace now. What about yourself?
This place is cold.
I will make sure.
Feel lost.
Sorry. I will take your bones with me and put you someplace warm.
Thank you.
Go
The two
rest,
Durst
children.
children fade. You all wake up the next morning, rest
Okay.
and refreshed with a full night's sleep.
Neat. First thing Soul will do is go upstairs and collect the two children's bodies he embarrassed and ashamed he forgot about in the first place.
just wake up, go and get more of that milk, and I go, good morning, Tobias. And he just feeds him. Yeah, boy, drink the milk, boy. Then he's gonna pull out some jerky, and he goes, and you too, boy. And he just feeds Lancelot.
So what is the plan for the day?
I whack the giant pile of metal on the head, and it animates to life, and I have a steel defender now that is just ramshackle, like sort of in the shape of a wolf, and with the like wolf head armor as a head. So, yeah, yep.
Leaf pulls out his weapons and like jumps back away from it and like.
Hey, this one is mine. I told you I would make something to keep them safe.
What? Is Solaire in the room?
I'm staring dead. No, I'm still upstairs probably.
Okay. What does it look like? What can you describe it for us?
I have taken the remaining armor that you guys collected, like the chain and the scale and the splint, probably, and just like kind of ripped it to pieces and just kind of like reshaped it and like made it into like it's a medium construct, so like probably pretty big. Court
So
is
what
looking at me like, can I ride
But
it?
what does it
I
look
think
like?
is what that face is.
It's a mecha wolf.
It is a mecha
But it looks
wolf.
like a wolf. It does
Yep.
look like okay.
It's made out of the armor, but then I've used the like wolf shaped helmet as like the head piece, so it is like that's realistic at least.
I'm imagining like a soy.
Right. So Leaf looks like very suspicious. Just like it's unnatural, but you say you made this.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Ficus walks right up to it and starts looking at all like the gadgets and gizmos with her hand behind her back, just kind of like observing it, looking underneath. Just kind of like this is really cool. I don't know how it's made. I don't understand, but she's like definitely intrigued. She's not saying much. She's just like hemming and hawing as she's looking around the wolf.
I am not good at fighting and at all of the things that you are good at, but I can make things and they have uses. So this is what I have done. Hopefully
What is
it will
its
help.
purpose?
To defend us, to keep us safe, perhaps to teach Lancelot a little bit more about obedience. Who knows?
Lancelot look.
Lifts a leg and pees on a chair.
Oh
Lancelot.
my gosh! My dog's better behaved than yours.
You just see Uther just come on over and just grab him while he's peeing and take him towards the door. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Leaf
Amazing.
like slowly kind of relaxed a little bit. He says, well, I would have preferred it wasn't another dog. Should we go and see about the
not?
basement?
It's
and
armor?
that secret it looks like a dog. I think that Solaire wanted those pieces. Oh well.
I used what he did not use.
I come downstairs in the middle of this conversation. I look at the dog and go, I didn't need one of these, right?
I left the one that you said you were
yours.
going to use.
I put it on you
No.
already. You're wearing
And
it.
I used
No,
the
I
rest.
thought you made me a dog.
I mean, I can make you a dog.
Oh, that's cool.
Not a competition.
Ooh. Hang on.
No,
Hang on.
So Solaire comes around the corner. This is the first good look that he's gotten at your wolf-headed armor. He's wearing the exact same helmet that's now shaped into his head. So he has a very similar head look right now.
Yeah, no, you guys match.
I was gonna say
you match.
Yeah, I think Leaf probably turns on you at first, just like, what the what?
At least we have a unified look, apparently.
So many dogs.
I'm sorry. As soon as I find more materials, I will try to make something better, okay? I'm working with what I have. And I don't have much.
It's all right. I'm really just kidding anyway. Should we go see about the basement?
Absolutely. Lead the way.
Just one
Super.
second. you just see him trying to get this baby to shut the fuck up. Just please.
Oh. And I like pull out, because I tinkered on the music box a little bit last night too. So I try and help with the music. And maybe that will help calm the baby. I don't know.
Oh, give it to me. And he's rocking the baby, and he puts like the music box.
I've like taken the music part out of the box so that there's not like all the ornate stuff, and it's just like the part that makes the music.
Okay.
So that it's smaller and more manageable.
So does this please you, Tobias?
The baby stops crying. Lisa.
I did it! I finally helped the baby.
All right,
Very
guys.
So you guys spend the next probably 2 hours looking around. There's no more enemies in the house. As you make your way through the basement, the trapdoor leads up to the den where the wolves are, the stuffed wolves. So that's just a door that leads back up the house to the ground floor. You do find a couple things down in the bottom. So the room that Mrs. Durst came out of had a number of interesting items in it. There was a much larger chest in there. And as you're searching through the whole place, you find a cloak that is pristine. And compared to everything else around here, there seems to be something special about it. You find 4 potions of healing, a chain shirt, a mess kit, a flask of alchemist's fire, a bullseye lantern, a set of thieves' tools, and a spell book. I will toss those in chat for you guys to piece together.
Where did we find the cloak? I missed the chamber.
It was in Mrs.
description.
Durst's room down in the basement. So the room that she
Okay.
came out of was this decrepit,
Got it.
really
Thank you.
nasty bedroom.
And that's where the
Yeah.
other stuff was as well, or was it spread out?
It was all of it was stored in a chest in that room.
She didn't have anything
Sweet.
on her.
That amounts to everything that you found of.
Yeah.
Ooh, those are
Alright.
some good spells right there.
All right. So let's give Bright time to figure. Let's give Bright time to figure out what these items do. Then we should move along.
Well, she can do
Right.
that next time.
And then we're going to burn this house to its foundation.
I can help with that.
Also help identify now as well, based on her like item that she got.
Yes, I like tried to help and stuff.
So
I'm gonna copy this into our Discord chat, if that's okay.
yes, perfectly fine.
Okay, cool.
When
Good.
Bright does break down what each of the items does, Uther will go. I have an interest in the cloak, but if anyone else wants it, they can have it.
You will need the protection. It makes sense for you to have it.
As long as we're all in agreement.
I'm fine with that. I guess no objections here.
Yeah, I'm looking at Ficus and Leaf. No?
I'm fine with it.
I mean,
It's too long.
I love it.
I was reading something. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was reading something and I didn't quite catch it. So what's the cloak?
It's a
Plus
cloak of
1 to
protection.
AC and saving throws.
Oh, it's cloak protection. I mean,
Do you want it? Are you gonna
yeah,
fight?
of course I would love it. I mean,
Hey,
I'm not
roll
gonna
off.
fight for it, but I would definitely love it. Who does it make the most? Who would it benefit the most? Is the better question. Like, I honestly think Uther should probably
Yeah.
use it.
Yeah.
He's
That's
the only
what
other person who
Was
wanted it.
that's who was asking for it. So
Yep, I just want to
I
make
mean-
sure. All right, cool. So he's just
I mean,
gonna...
meta. That's how Gregory is. Like, I like to think what's gonna benefit the party the most. you know, story wise, we can figure out why that makes sense too.
Like
Story-wise, I was just gonna
story wise, he wants a cape. Honestly, if
Perfect.
I'm being 100%,
Hey,
it's like,
look, I just got this cloak. It's still practically brand new. I like the color. And he's actually, so at some point, he's actually taken this green, like beautiful emerald green cloak, and he has smeared it with like charcoal ash from the fire. So there's these gray streaks in it and these white streaks in it and black streaks in it now. So it's like very mottled and much more like somewhat like camouflaged, essentially.
Nice.
so he takes the baby holder and the puppy holder off for a second, secures the cloak, turns around, looks at Lancelot Tobias, like, and then puts the back on.
Baby farts.
That is a fart
It's-
approval if I've ever
It
heard.
suits you. It certainly suits you. Might I ask for one of the potions, though?
Absolutely.
I was gonna give everyone except myself one, so
Oh, I thought there were 3.
there are 4.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
sweet.
take those for sure.
Beautiful.
Can you? Oh wait, can
I don't
selection
think I
use?
need one.
Sweet, I'll take it.
You should worry about yourself in case I can't get to you in time.
One health potion.
Yes, but it will benefit you as well. This
still
is
have-
I mean, honestly, if we are in a position where we cannot take it ourselves, it almost makes sense for you to have it to give to one of us.
All right, if you insist, I'll take the extra potion. I guess you'll keep the. What's a bullseye?
from what I've from the stories I've heard from the men that trained me and women that trained me. These, and he's kind of like gingerly holding it. These are an adventurer's best friend. And he very carefully places it in his belt pouch.
What's a bullseye lantern?
Just a targeted, like you can have it only point for a certain range instead of like lighting the entire area. It's like you can only light
It's got like
a cone.
yeah, it's got like a steel shroud with like a circle from one side. Kind of like a miner's lantern, maybe is another way to think of it.
I got you. I call dibs.
Rather
on that.
than radiating in every direction, it's sort of focused into a cone.
Hey, I already
Considering
have thieves' tools, by the way. Does anybody else want them?
I mean,
I can
Ficus
take
could probably
that
use the
off.
spare.
Yeah.
You never know when I'm gonna break my next set.
You guys
deal.
kind of collect, you split up the loot, you head
Mhm.
out of the house.
Dibs on alchemist fire, though.
Don't you want to use it right now?
I mean, yes, but I know that I shouldn't.
As we
So
start
the-
like walking out of the house, would it be possible for Ficus to like also like point out the spell book and just kind of look at Bright and be like, I think we could both learn a little bit from this
Yes.
if you
So-
want to like read together sometime.
Oh,
Once
Book
we've
club.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Once the group has decided we're done in here, so Leaf sheathes is like at this point he didn't have his weapons unsheathed. He was carrying them at his waist, and his bow now is like slung over his shoulders, and he says, "I'll be right back." And he literally is going to start running through the house and shredding everything he can with his claws. If it is material, he's just like drapes, upholstery, rugs, and even like the wood paneling on the walls to some degree. He's just gonna rake it with his claws everywhere he can in every room, and so he'll come back after maybe, let's say, like 5 or 10 minutes. He's like, "Okay, it's ready. Who wants to do the honors?"
Niffer's gonna step out of character and be like, wow, that was a really big cat scratching post that you just did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When the Frug was destroyed, if anybody paid attention, there was one solitary tear.
No, he wouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
He
no.
wouldn't have done that. We could take that with us.
Okay, look, Oh, well, he's not carrying a big ass crib. Like he probably would have ran in for a hot second and destroyed the fruit himself. Just like so damn hard for no reason.
I'm snatching the mattress out of it because I'm going to
Right.
make a carrier for the Steel Defender.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we can put the baby in like a basket on his back.
Uther.
What?
Uther,
That's
are
awesome.
you familiar?
Yeah,
Have you
that's what I do.
ever heard?
What's up?
Have you ever heard of a hammock? I think
Is
the
that a type of
child.
monster?
I think Tobias, the moat in the darkness, would enjoy swinging in a hammock. Perhaps we can arrange something for his bedding.
I'll ask Bright if she knows how to assemble this hammock that you speak of.
While this is going on,
Hand over to Bright.
There's this moment of like pause that like Leaf just kind of like looks at you like you're not really that dumb, right? And then he doesn't say anything. He just kind of looks at you like, yes, I'm sure Bright can arrange something. Shall we? Bright, would you care to burn this hellhole to the ground?
I want to know that I hope you did not shred all the sheets and you gave me something to make a hammock with.
Well, no,
Sure.
there's nothing. There's
I'll
Yeah.
take it. That's
there's
fine.
nothing.
I've
No.
got something. You can
That's
use my
enough.
cloak or something.
Yep, it's fine.
Covered that in ash.
We'll buy something
I'll
nice.
Yeah, if there were like blankets or something, I probably would have tried to grab them before you tore everything.
Uther
yeah.
setting the place on fire.
I am
in the middle.
Nice.
So anything you guys take out of the house that you still that you take a look at, as soon as you cross the threshold of the house, it begins to age significantly.
Ew.
Not to the point where it falls apart, but rather than looking how it did within, it loses a lot of its.
Luster.
There was a layer of dust over everything in there, but it's downright. It looks old now.
I immediately clutch Tobias and look at him.
Yeah, you have a 6-year-old now. No.
Interesting.
Terrible twos. Here we go.
open the boot to look at the food. Like I just check the boot for the food that's in there.
So you look in, and I'm not sure how you differentiate the different areas of the boot. I think you just find what you want to look for. When you open it up,
Yeah.
you had a 30-pound bag of rice in there, and it's moldered and mildewed now.
I get rid of the bottle.
Just starting to set the food out and just being really sad, like almost overcome with emotion as this is coming out. And I'm just like, oh my god, no! Setting it all on the ground next to me, just about to start throwing a fit.
I almost slapped the bottle out of Tobias' hands. Just no.
So anything you ate in the house is fine, but now that you've taken it out, any food from the house is no longer usable. Other stuff it's fine, it's usable. The magical stuff looks perfectly fine. The mundane stuff looks old. So the health potions you looked at are a little bit cloudy, and the glass is dusty. It all looks old but still usable.
My cloak,
What about
the
the
drip.
So as Soul comes out, and also the Steel Defender, instead of being that clean, pristine armor, they're tarnished, and it just looks it's tarnished. That's the only word for it.
I
Does it
kind
still
of
look
like it better
usable?
this way.
Oh yeah, perfectly usable. No loss of usefulness. Just old. It just looks old now.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm enjoying
It
setting
adds
the place on fire
character,
now.
Soul.
Yeah, no, I'm just like flinging fire everywhere
So
once everyone's clear.
Did you just use up all your spell slots?
As Bright
No, it's
starts
cantrip.
casting, are you like you're doing cantrips?
Yep. I'm literally
Ficus
just
is
taking
up,
fire from
right?
my hair and just like.
Ficus is gonna walk up to Bright and just be like, you know the one that you did inside that was like super badass, where you like took out a bunch of beings, like it was like, like what did you do for that one. She's specifically asking about burning hands.
Yeah.
Like she's got it like out of the corner of her eye, was able to see you do that, and she
That's-
wants to know how you did it.
That's a good question for the GM because that is a racial spell.
Still a spell.
So I don't know if there's any difference between like, you know, it's literally just elemental from how I am.
You could always show her the motions you go through and see
Yeah.
what happens.
Well, it helps if your hair is on fire, I guess.
Not gonna do that.
Yeah, no, probably
Thank
not.
God. I don't have enough healing for that yet.
But like
not...
once, but you kind of went like, did you go like this, or was
Yeah.
it like this? And like Ficus is gonna keep like trying to figure it out until she accidentally casts burning hands.
Ficus, as you are twisting your hands in different directions, all of a sudden you feel this warmth start at your elbows and burst forth from your hands.
You got it!
Well done. That was pretty impressive.
Are we
Excellent.
just a party that likes fire this much now? Is it just our thing?
Funny thing about fire, you know,
If you make it,
you'd
it
think
spreads
that-
joke. So help me.
that's not where I was going. I was going to mention that in the forests, there are certain seeds and trees that will not sprout unless there's fire. Most people aren't aware of that.
It's true.
So while I
All
am
of us were aware of that.
wary of fire, I also respect what it can do.
While this beautiful talk is going down, you just see Uther, like he put his axe in the fire so it's burning, and it's just with the baby and the puppy on his back. Yeah!
Now, I do want to do one last scene before we
Okay.
end for the evening, if that's all right.
Yes.
So not to send you guys too quickly down the way, but the plan is to go to the Village of Barovia, correct?
Yes.
So it's 10 miles, which is a 5-hour walk. Along the way, you have Death House behind you burning to the ground.
Did there seem to be anything else significant here? Was it just this house, or was there like a small village or something?
It was that house and then 2 support buildings.
It was like an estate.
So
Oh,
it's
I
like
wanted
an
to look
estate.
in the shed for tools.
The shed's on fire now. So
And
Guys!
really old.
I thought we did
And
that.
you see everything's useless that would have came out.
I've got a better plan for tools down the road. Just trust me.
We're
My
like,
scrap ferret is sad.
It would
Sorry,
have been
Bright.
old and rusty.
we'll find you some tools.
Old and rusty
Yeah.
is better than nothing.
All right, but where we go with the scene now?
Sorry.
So you guys, you discuss what's happened the past 2 days in Barovia, or whatever you'd like to do for that 5 hours, and you come to the edge of the village of Barovia, where the weather around you, there's this perpetual fog, this mist. Now the green fog that's so good to avoid, there's none of that anywhere. It's just that general sense of heaviness, of mist that rolls. The sun is shining, but it doesn't shine well. It barely breaks through the clouds above. When you approach the village, all of the houses are crooked and old. There's wet cobblestones. It's a sense of hopelessness, even here at high noon. The paint is flaking, the shingles are coming off. Nothing is in good repair. There's still people walking around kind of in the distance. And as you approach, you hear a bell rings out while you're approaching. And you look around for the sound, and it doesn't take too long before you see a cart that's going down the cobblestones. Just as you come into the village itself, it's about a block away. You see this hunched old figure pulling a cart with a much smaller figure pushing behind. And every once in a while, there's just a ding. as it works its way through.
Do
What
I
do you suppose
recognize it?
that is?
There's nothing familiar about this to you, Bright.
All right.
As you watch, it stops at a home. The small figure in the back, gets a box off the top of the cart. The two go to the door and they knock, and from the distance you really can't tell the exchange that goes on. But the hunched older figure pats the little one on the head, and the child with the box goes into the house. Then the old hunched figure on her own starts walking down the street again.
Is that
Without the cart?
No, she still has the cart, so she continues with the cart.
I think I might know her.
Do you know what it is she's selling?
I'm not going to tell you. You'll run away.
Well, she may know where we can find this burgomaster. I suppose we ought to go and speak with her. How far away is she?
About a block
Careful.
away.
Be careful.
Excuse me. May we ask you a question?
The cart stops and clacks as she sets it down, turns around. You get this better look. There's this very old woman that turns and faces you. Oh, strangers! Oh, so sorry. You startled me. Could I interest you in some snacks? She gestures toward her cart, and as you get closer, you get a much better view. It's a food cart. There are these tiers on it, these shelves that have different odds and ends, different kind of pastries, things like that, all over the cart itself.
The second she says snacks, Ficus is like already at the cart, like just dashing to the cart to
Told
look
you.
around.
Told
Yeah,
you they would run away.
Does
I
Cart have
immediately head over there.
our goat pouch?
You're excitable ones. Now, what sounds good today, Oh, you're a precious little one, aren't you? Oh.
Oh no.
Reaches to pat you on the head.
Oh God.
Oh
And
no.
she reaches, it's just a slap.
Oh, sorry. she kind of leans a little closer and squints. Oh, you must forgive Grammy Morg. My vision's not that good anymore. I didn't realize. My apologies. Here, you can have your choice as my apology. I have some Shepherd's Revenge, some Piorgies, Raven Wings, Spider Crunchies, or my specialty Dream Pies.
Spider crunchies.
I'm like behind her and just like
Are they fried
Grandma,
raven
then.
wings?
Yes, they are, as a matter of fact.
I look on legit curious to see Uther eat a spider.
Grandmother, perhaps you could tell us where we might find the burgomaster. We're looking for him.
Oh, I travel quite a bit. I'm not. I assume he's in his mansion, I suppose. But she hands Uther a stick that has these palm-sized tarantulas, 3 of them on the stick. All their legs are kind of curled in, and there's like this glistening on it. Kind of has this sweetish smell to it, and it's a cinnamon sugar-coated fried tarantula. The legs are just kind of a crunch without much flavor, but when you get to the body, it's a little bit of like a kind of a soft shell crab taste almost.
It's where the juice is. It's where the juice
This is like literally spider churros right now, and I'm so excited
Ew.
about it.
Tobias is too young. Do not give him any.
I'll
you
take
have
one
any-
of the fried raven wings.
Do you have any milk?
No,
I wish you
sorry.
wouldn't.
No,
Perhaps you'd like one of the others, Ficus.
could I
Alright.
interest you in my specialty? Have you? Well, maybe you could answer me this. Have you been in Barovia long?
No.
That one.
Some might say
had-
too long.
Has the Oogie Boogie found you in the night yet?
Oogie Boogie.
Do you sleep well?
Yes.
No.
Why do you ask, grandmother?
Well, it's my specialty for a reason. My dream pies, my fruit pies, they chase away the nightmares. Guaranteed
I would like to
sleep
insight
soundly.
this old lady.
Yeah.
Insight away.
Same.
I would like to join
Insight
in on
check
this.
this old lady.
None of us trust anyone here. What? It's been with the nat 20.
So the natural 20. Ficus,
And Bright still got a better score.
everybody. So Soul, not as much.
Working on it.
I really don't
Oh,
understand.
another 20. So 3 of us have 22 plus.
Everyone except Soul. This old woman she's absolutely sincere about the nightmares and the pies. She truly believes that eating her fruit pies will chase away the nightmares.
As she
Okay,
said this-
question.
Oh.
Is Bright actually making the no face?
Yes. Like, I'm standing so that, like, behind Granny Morga, and I'm just like, the entire time.
Uther's gonna go, well, that does sound delicious. I think I've had my fill with the spiders, thank you.
Wonderful. And I'm sorry again for the insult to your friend. And
What all was on the card again? Besides, you made a whole list.
so
I just need to know because now I've been guilt tripped about having fried raven wings.
Oh,
So
no.
she points to this pie. She's like, this is Shepherd's Revenge. It's a wolf meat pie. Very good,
Nope.
hearty. We have some potato pierogies because sometimes that's just what you need.
I'll take one of those. Just that sounds delightful.
We have the raven
Thank you.
wings, the dream pies, and my spider crunchies.
Take the Piorgi. Kind of shuffle my feet a little bit, even though Ficus wants fried raven wing. She will settle for the Piorgi to make Leaf feel a little bit more comfortable.
No problem. Again, my apologies.
Look at all of us doing stuff so that the rest of the party is comfortable. Like, good job, us.
Well, I need to keep going, otherwise I won't make my living
Where-
selling. So I'm
Where did you say the mansion was?
down the road, I'm sure. You can stop at the inn, they know. I just visit. I think that it's to the road and left to the south.
Be well, grandmother.
If the dreams
Leaf's
get to
gonna
you,
go
just come and find me. She starts squeaking away.
Interesting.
When she's out of earshot, I ask Bright, so why did you not want to try the pie? Because you guys have not slept well since we got here.
We don't buy from her. My family, we don't trust her. And for that matter, we don't trust the inn either. Or one of the mercantile stores either. We don't trust a lot of people here.
I don't trust anyone here except, well, I sort of trust you all. Shall we go find this burgomaster?
Him we trust.
All right, so let's head on him.
With that, we'll end for the evening.
Nobody else ready to sign this fighter?
No.
No.
I'll eat some spider. I'll try it.
Oh boy.
Spider? I'll try some throw.
Yeah, he just hands it to me.
That'd be a little
You
fancy.
don't find a recipe for fried spider and have one with you by next game.
Yeah.
Really.
I'm legit thinking about how to do it. Like if I make
Ew.
if I make chocolate turtles and then put pretzels for the legs, that could be pretty good.
So,
Nice.
Um,
Hey,
it-
I'll
here-
go for Store sells cricket.
Here's what my kiddos will do in school. We take Oreos and we shove pretzels into the filling so that they're shaped like spiders.
Perfect.
Pro tip.
Got to be double
Easiest
stuff
thing.
though.
Well, yeah. Natch.
So, fried spiders on the stick is a thing,
Mm-hmm.
and
Humans
it
are weird.
is.
Oh.
The funny thing about it is it's mostly a tourist thing. It's not really. I can't remember where they started. I'll send a picture.
Have you been to China?
Yeah.
If you go to Beijing, you can pretty much eat anything. It's
I'm looking at a deep
amazing.
fried tarantula right now. Low key, it does.
Yuck! Yuck!
So, for the sake of the stream, that is it for the evening.
Uh-huh.
We are going to spend a few minutes kind of talking, chit-chatting a little bit about how the game went, how it's going, what our plans are, good things, bad things, and the other. If you want to stick around for that, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We'll be back in 2 weeks on the 29th of July. And until then,
Oh, that's my birthday.
be good.
Hey.
Sweet.
Perfect.
And
I
stick
have-
around if you want to hear us
Yeah,
jibber
stick
jabber.
around. We'll jibber jabber for a bit.
I have a complaint about Noir making me witness the fried tarantulas with my own eyes. How dare?
I mean, it's like, shrimp or anything like that. It's, it's all going to be roughly the same.
It looks like a Twinkie, but it's shaped like fear.
Now, the description was exactly how I told
Uh-huh.
Noir.
I
It is
know.
crunchy, and then it's supposed to taste like crab, allegedly.
Yup.
If
Allegedly.
anyone is going to bail from the chat, we should also say thank you so much
Yes,
for
thank you,
hanging with
everyone.
us.
Yes, thank you for hanging out.
Thank
Thank
Y'all
you.
are the
You guys
best.
enjoyed it. Shinobi, always good to see you. So lots of love from us. So as for you guys, any comments, questions, concerns, conundrums, or qualms with our time together?
I love the
I
baby.
hated the baby crying.
Wow.
But it was awesome also. I mean, it's like, I'm a father. I can't help it.
sure.
I hear a baby crying. I want to do
know.
something about it.
I know.
Low key, this is awakening something in me, and I don't know that I like it. I'm like, I need to protect my son.
Yes. It's so good.
I made you a doggo to protect your son. It's okay.
You already had a doggo.
Yep. I got you a second doggo to
I
protect
just imagine there's going to be this evolution where at some point there's a seat that's created, like
Oh,
a kitty
absolutely.
seat for the baby that it can
Absolutely.
actually ride
Oh my
in.
god.
It's rear facing for the first 2 years because we're safe here.
Right.
Yeah,
I know that we're excited about the baby
I
riding
got Rob.
the animated dog.
You know
But
what? I'm
about
sure
the
it could fit you.
already tiny person who could ride a medium construct
Yep.
in the group?
Yep.
Really,
I mean, there's
they're
always Soul.
dirty.
You can jump on his shoulders.
Here's the deal. One, I have already given you things. I'm trying to distribute my presents to everyone. And two, the dog is not mechanically that useful to be your mount. Like, because he always goes right after my turn, and like I would want him to be of more use to you, and I would want you to like
Oh, yeah.
be able to do
She has
stuff.
no
you know?
plan on riding this into battle. She's mainly thinking of if she wants to eat snacks on the road.
Yeah, absolutely, you can do that. I'll make you a saddle for sure. Yeah.
I gotta be honest with y'all. I'm really considering taking levels of Ranger just so I can have Lancelot as my animal companion. Fight side by side with my dog son.
You're
No.
a tech
Oh.
beetle.
A lot
How
of
big
people
is
who
also-
run Curse of Strahd say that very quickly the NPCs can get out of hand, but very rarely is it a dog, a steel
And
defender,
a baby.
and a baby.
That baby
Right?
derailed half this session.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
literally, like, half the time that I was writing in my notebook, it wasn't like, oh, these are the magic items things. It was, what can I do for the baby? Like,
Say, it was just like how best to protect my son, my boy.
I'm like, I literally had like a baby list. Like, okay, you need to make rice milk. You need to magical tinkering so that you can record his voice for the baby to hear his dad's voice. Like, all of this. Like,
Honestly, like, so my notes are basically multi-class. Cleric, baby benefits. Ranger, baby benefits. I had a plan for this character and it's been completely derailed by the fact that he is now a single father.
I have never. That sounds like real life. I've, I have never seen someone try
Absolutely.
class to take care of a baby and fight frontline.
Whew.
Now the
I-
addition. Go ahead, Nif.
I had a lot of feels in character about like I am ashamed I went down while holding the baby, and I was expecting a lot of like Uther to be like, you can't hold my son anymore because like I didn't keep him safe, and instead it turned into this like, you went down for the baby and I'm so sorry and I trust you more than anyone, and like
That's awesome.
that was so not expected and I love it and it's precious.
He's got a lot of shame about what happened, and he's not. You Notice he didn't talk to Bright too much because he's just like, oh damn, I almost got killed. Shit.
Yep. Yep.
So I was gonna say, so rather unintentionally, yeah, the baby did take up so much more time than I thought it would, because I was expecting.
Because we're players.
Well,
Yeah.
that's fine. But you know,
Most of us have children. Like, of course we were focusing on the baby.
But 'cause I was expecting another, probably hour and a half at most in game to finish up the death house, and we were like an hour and a half in, and Uther's still building a crib. So
Very rarely do you get a chance for that kind of comedy.
oh yeah.
Just this
I'm just
big
gonna wonder.
Goliath trying to put together a frug.
Uh-huh.
So here's my thing. I believe his original plan for us was to probably hand the baby over to someone. I don't see that happening now.
No.
No.
Definitely not.
We're gonna go fight a vampire. We're gonna fight a lord of a whole realm.
Mhm.
With the baby strapped
An
to somebody's
immortal.
back. An immortal
Excuse me, it will be on the dog, okay?
strapped to a mechanical dog.
I am giving up the steel defender to take care of the baby.
It's gonna be a midline.
I will find a baby cry that doesn't have the reverb and the echoing.
Oh, it's all good. It was fine.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna read the stats to you guys of why this dog is the best to take care of the baby. It can't be surprised. And it literally, all it can do is dodge and deflect and impose disadvantage on attacks. So it will keep this safe. Like, it is immune to exhaustion, and it is dark vision, so like it's gonna be
It's
fine.
a baby mech.
It's a baby mech.
I'm just imagining Tobias in there piloting it. Like, let's go.
Give him a year, he'll do it.
Give him a roll cage.
Essentially,
Yeah.
we have now used up all of
All the
Bright's
time.
class feature to protect
Yep.
an NPC.
Yes, and I'm okay with this.
This is the story.
That's the opposite of min-max.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it has 6 plus 15. It has 21 hit points right now, so like it can take some.
It's got more hit points than a baby, so we'll take it.
Yup.
He has more hit points than half
Right.
his team.
So, real talk with a baby
True.
accompanying. So, just for a, we can plot armor the baby.
Oh yeah, I kind of saw that you did that when Bright
Yeah.
went down, and I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
And the fact that they
Thank
didn't
you.
immediately,
Go, like destroy my son.
Yeah, thank you.
So it, on one hand, the possibility of something happening has to either be plot armored, and if it happens too often, I think it'd be really good if the characters are like, we're kind
Yeah.
of
We
being
aren't ready to be
irresponsible
parents.
This is the second.
Right.
This is the
Yeah.
second fireball that this child has been caught in and miraculously survived. So maybe we should consider an alternative. to
The
carry
whole
around.
We just have to
Side
find
quest.
someone here that we consider to be
We-
safe.
Trust
Here's
party.
the deal. We are going to meet up with the Vistani. They told us that they were going to meet us in Barovia.
Yep.
And my parents are missing a child right now. So I will say, hey, you are
Can
losing. You have lost
babysit.
one of your children. So
you
will you take this child for us?
Hey
They
mom,
can
we're gonna be
take
gone for a
babies.
bit. Can you keep
Hey, mom, can
Temporarily.
you watch my baby?
Like 18 years.
18.
While I'm at work, we need you to keep this one safe.
Grandma's gonna babysit.
Uther's gonna be like Jackie Chan with a baby strap.
That's the way.
That is
That's what I
awesome.
keep thinking.
Maybe more like
Maybe
Vin
more like-
Diesel.
You're the pacifier.
You are the pacifier.
Yep.
Nobody take that baby.
You are now.
Well, we need to.
I'm gonna have to watch that now for character development.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
I was gonna say exactly that. That
Wait,
is-
we need to do what now?
Watch the pacifier.
We have to watch the
Oh
pacifier
god.
so you,
I'm
for
sadly
character development.
Cast movie night.
Hell yeah.
Go.
I like it. I know that I'm kind of leading on this baby thing just because it's fun for the characters,
It's
and I
so
just
good.
appreciate everybody's patience with it.
I
Oh,
love it
it's
so
epic.
much.
I just-
I know we have a good game going because not only am I in love with all of your characters and the story our DM is creating for us, like every time we play, I feel like I need a face massage at the end because my jaw, because I've been smiling and just either clenching my jaw because I'm nervous or smiling because it's so much fun.
I did intentionally dial up the danger now that you're at level 3.
yeah,
So
we felt it. We
I
felt
hope-
it.
Okay, I hope everyone felt that. So
Noted.
I was so scared because like I didn't want to be like, well, I'm level 3, so I have a steel defender magically, so it's like I'm just gonna go this fight without it. I really wish I had it.
so the I tossed it in the Discord, but you guys you get whatever hit points you would have from leveling up, but you guys
Yeah.
had lost some and you wouldn't have
Yeah.
spells prepared, so you were like level 2 and a
Ish.
half.
Ish.
You know?
I think this fight did something that I love in games, which is it explained a lot about the new shit that our characters can do.
Yes.
Like the fact that Bright went down, it like that's why she built the Defender. You
Yeah.
know, like it makes sense. It just all of it was fucking dope. Like I mean, you can see the thought process of thing going, oh wait, hold on, I think I've got a hold of this magic thing. Like it's not just gonna pop in out of nowhere. Like you can see like, oh, this is the inception of the idea, and then here's like the first time she casts a spell with the fire. It's like, okay, like that's fucking dope. I love it.
On that note, it actually changed your playstyle as well because since that baby's been around, you've been a lot less reckless.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and simultaneously more fierce.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he is turned very defensive.
Uh-huh.
I didn't WWE a single thing, and like I've just now realized that, and I'm upset.
The baby has affected Uther's character so much that he forgot to WWE anything because it was about protecting his boy.
Oh my god! Oh, what's happening to me?
This
Welcome to
is
fatherhood.
this is a window into the future when you get an actual kid. Like this is
don't
fun.
you
Get a
put
kid.
that evil on me,
The
Ricky Bobby.
The first thing you do is you give up your dream of becoming an aspiring WWE superstar.
Oh,
You
there's
stop-
so much shit to jump off of
But it's
too.
worth it.
You stop going to that old garage where the ring is made up, in that weird hick town between nowhere and nowhere else.
All right, I want to do quick before we bail.
Yeah.
Favorite moments, because I want to say that honestly, as much fun as everything was, like everything you said, Ficus's first spell and just all the things that happened, I really want to commend Rob because I love the reverence that you're bringing to this
Yeah.
game with how like
The kid.
how you were like helping the spirits and it's such a nice counterpoint to the chaos that the rest of us are kind of stirring up, and it means a lot to me, the player, and I want to thank you for that. And so every time you were interacting with Dane about those spirits, I was just wrapped. I was like, yes, this is what I want.
Yeah, because that felt like that would have been my character's main concern. Like, yeah, the ghouls and all that. I felt like I should have been a bit more upset at the wife, but I kind of forgot that she was like the main bad of the group. But like I said, that's what I was really getting at, was trying to make sure that the kids and the lady were appeased. But I would say
Yeah.
my counterpoint to that is that your guys' whole back and forth of character growth during the rest, that was naming him was hilarious. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, really, if you want to talk about a quality story scene, the way you guys naming that kid played out, everything from Leaf getting upset because you asked a question that none of you guys knew you were stepping into, to him being in the hallway when you decide to add the end to the name, the moat in the darkness, the accidental naming of the kid of Brightest Light, Darkest Night, which I thought was hysterical, and I didn't really pick up on it until like the moment that Niffer said it, and I'm like, oh yeah, they just named their kid
We just
Bright
named
in
our
the
kid
dark,
the
Light in the
story.
Darkness, which is the entire point. So I mean, it's yeah, every little thing has just been so beautiful, and it's a
Also, for the record, Tobias actually is Hebrew for God is good. And so it's like, I'm gonna pull that in because, like, meaning of names for like my whole family actually does like a lot of like the meaning of the name is important and significant and stuff. And so like I was like, I wonder what Tobias actually means, and then it fits so well. It's
Nice.
really cool.
All right. What was I would like to know what Corndogg's favorite moment was.
I don't know if it's necessarily favorite moment, but I think Ficus, like when she watched Leaf leave, like she's put her foot in her mouth before, but she just sat there and like was like, well, fuck, because there's nowhere for her to like she was like, do I chase after him? Do I just sit here and wait? And then I was having like all the audio issues at the same time, so I was like, God, I don't even know how to talk about this right now because I can't use my thing. So like I was also having like internal frustrations too, but I think she's trying to become more aware. So like when Leaf later on was like with the raven feather, like not, or the raven wing, not wanting her to like eat that fried raven's wing, she was like, you know, I was made him upset earlier, so I'm not gonna upset him now, even though potatoes don't sound as good. But like that was part of like her internal thought process, and that's not something that necessarily comes across on stream. But I think she's like trying to be just a little bit more aware, because I think quite a number of us, or at least two of us, experienced some type of shame during this encounter. Yeah, and it wasn't really necessarily related to like us fighting the bad guy. It was like us like kind of fucking up on our own and having to deal with like how we feel about that. And so there is a lot of internal stuff happening and then external stuff happening.
Yeah.
Awesome.
For me, I think it was important for Ficus to like finally stick her foot in her mouth, because she's asked like a lot of those like jarring questions and like been very flippant with people so far. So I think she needed to kind of feel like shit for a second.
Yeah.
Amazing.
No, that's
Yeah, I pointed that out too, of just like we actively did things because we knew what other party members thought.
Yep.
And like it mattered to us and we cared. And it's like, hey, we met 2 days ago, but like we have had those experiences of like, oh, I know it would bother that person, so I'm not going to. And like, you know, most of this session was my favorite, but I really liked the juxtaposition of like Uther upstairs being like, I can't ask for, oh, there's a
No,
baby.
Real baby.
Hey, little buddy.
Anyways, the juxtaposition of like Uther upstairs being like, I can't ask any more of Bright, and Bright downstairs being like, I didn't do good enough for Uther, like just like having those feelings of just like, wow, we care about each other, oh no.
Yeah.
Like, hey baby.
Strangers in a strange land.
Yeah.
Let mom sleep.
For real.
Yeah. No, so Corndogg, you mentioning shame and two people, two characters
Yeah.
experiencing shame in this. I sat and kind of thought, no, I think every single character here at some point experienced shame, because one of the things
Yeah.
that Robotic had mentioned was Solaire briefly forgot about the children up in the attic.
Yeah.
So he had that moment of guilt and embarrassment that he briefly mentioned. But there's that part. There's Leaf storming out and kind of coming back in and apologizing to Uther for the reaction, and how Uther including the long name in Tobias's name. We have Bright, who felt bad about falling when she was supposed to be protecting the kid, and then feeling bad because Uther wasn't upset, which I think is a funny kind of double shame thing, where it's like, oh, I've really screwed up. Oh, wait, why don't you think I really screwed up? There's this element of that. So I think that every character at some point, I don't know if I can put maybe Uther just bringing up making fun of Leaf's name when he stomps out. There's this element every single time where somebody felt shame and reacted in a way.
So
Well, Noir said that
here's
Uther felt bad.
Here's Uther's shame, and I can really break it down. It's been kind of like a mindless thing for him to go, Bright, hold the baby, and I'll clear out everything. I'm a murder machine. You hold the baby, I'll do the murdering. But he saw that she's more than just holding the baby. She's actively protecting it, and so it put handing that child over isn't as light as it to him. It was like a nothing thing. Hold the baby, I go. But then he understood, oh my god, I'm putting so much responsibility on her shoulders, and she's taking it seriously. He felt like he failed completely, and that moment for Uther was heavy, because he was at his strongest. He was in the midst of a rage, and with all that strength and all that power, he couldn't fix her. That's why he was panicking at Soul, fix her. And so in that one moment, the way he saw himself, the way he saw Bright, and the way he saw Soul flipped. Because it's just this isn't a robot. This isn't a machine. This is the only person that can fix what I forced on Bright. It's just, so he's really fucked up right now.
It was also a really cool thing. It was just two sentences. You had said one thing to me and I had said one thing back. Of you had said where I come from, you have to earn your place, and I responded with, where I come from, everyone's accepted. And just how both of us came at the same issue from two very different perspectives of we're gonna value this, but for two very different reasons. That was just so good.
I was thinking Uther's going to change a lot of bit before the end of this is over if he keeps that baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That whole conversation that he had with Soul while walking was as close as he could get to saying thank you and I'm sorry. It's just you're a good man. Let's not talk about this. It's that toxic masculinity that is just I can only give so much right now because I'm still stronger. But he in his head, he has conceded that to Soul. Soul can kill just as well as he can. But more than that, Soul can bring back life, and that is what Uther learned to value today. Shut up, God!
Well, that is
Good
fabulous.
session.
We are way past our.
We're still over, but we had feelings.
We had feelings. We had drama. We had excitement. We had all sorts of wonderfulness.
We had a real baby.
We had a real baby. Who
You know,
you-
though,
do you
this
guys, are
is
you guys paying attention how easy that was? I mean,
Yes,
that kid was crying 2 minutes
I was
ago.
proud. I was very proud.
Third
Yes,
one,
he's ama-
so it's third try. So don't even worry. I got experience.
and you do it well.
Yeah.
The cool thing is this reminds me of like an actual group at a table after the fact of like, you know, where you're sitting around and you're like talking about the session. Like this is priceless to me.
Like, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you're absolutely right. This afterwards, so it's like watching a movie. If you go watch a movie by yourself in the theaters and you drive home, you have no one to talk to about it. And by the time it's the next day and you're talking to people, a lot of stuff has really just kind of faded. Your first impressions are faded. And no matter how great it was in that moment, you kind of lose so much of that. But when right away, like you're with a group of friends, watching something together, enjoying something together, and talking about it afterwards, whether it's over drinks or whether it's just eating or whether it's just the drive home, it's something much bigger and different in that moment. And as I've been watching streams and watching people play and how people do this public play thing, a whole lot of people will banter at the beginning and they'll make the jokes at the beginning and that sort of thing, and then they go to the game and the game's over and it's like, bye guys, thanks, we love you, and that's all great, it's wonderful. But for these moments that we have, it makes me feel so close to you guys, even though we're so far away, because we see that gut reaction, that first impression, what's sticking with me, what is exciting me, what is bothering me, what is, how can we care about these characters so much when, like Niffer just said, they've been together for 2 days, and it's wonderful, and I love it, and I appreciate you guys so very much, and I appreciate this little game that we have so very much too.
Yeah, like it's just it's very cool to just take a step back and look at like the group for me. Like Tobias has got the coolest little family. He's got like he's got a psycho stabby aunt.
Yep.
He's got 2 badass murder uncles.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I just love it.
Well, thank you everyone for hanging with us. I'm going to go ahead and pull the plug for now. If you guys want to after party, you can. I'm probably going to be heading to bed. Thank you,
yes.
chat.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us. As I said, we will be back the 29th, which is Noir's birthday, so everyone bring a present.
Give me things.
I got some crickets to go with that spider.
Delicious.
Until we meet again, be good. That's it. That's the rule. Just be good. Bye, everybody.
Love you.